The following is a presentation of Manatee Schools Television in association with TV production teachers and students.
Welcome to Joe Canaan Field at Hawkins Stadium on the campus of Manatee High School. Tonight on the MSTV Game of the Week, the Manatee Hurricanes host crosstown rivals Southeast Seminoles in the latest iteration of one of the most storied rivalries in the state of Florida. The Battle of Bradenton goes back to the first meeting in 1974 when the Hurricanes defeated the Noles and began a pendulum of streaks back and forth between the two squads over the years. I'm Chris Conboy, bringing you the action tonight, and joining me in the booth is a guy who's been at almost every one of these, FACA Hall of Famer and former Southeast head coach, athletic director Paul Meckley. How you doing, Coach?
Good, Chris. Thanks for letting me hang out with you tonight.
No problem.
And attend one of these big-time football games in Manatee County.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we were just commenting, looking at the crowd. It doesn't seem to be as big as it was back in the day, but I know we're the old guys telling people to get off their yard, complaining that things aren't as good as they were in the old days. But just some of the games over the years were tremendous. Now, this year, a lot of people are thinking Southeast might have a chance this year after being shut out 3 years in a row based on the first two games. But you tell me, doing a little more research, that might not necessarily be true.
Well, you got to look at some of the competition that the two teams have played. You know, Southeast was able to get their win last week against Tampa Robinson. They were able to move the football pretty well throughout the evening, and they got the ball into the hands of their playmaker, number 2, T.J. Powell. And between him and the quarterback, Liam Fernandez, they connected 4 times for 55 yards. Unfortunately for Manatee, they played against a little bigger team, a very highly ranked squad from California, and they had trouble moving the ball. In fact, they didn't score any points, but I think they can, and we'll see tonight how they do against the Seminoles defense. Yeah,
in the kickoff classic, they also faced a very tough Booker squad defensively. That Booker offense has not been much, but the athletes that they put on the field on defense are tremendous. So it's two really good defenses. You mentioned Liam Fernandez. He's a transfer from Lakewood Ranch, starting for the Seminoles here. As you know, I had a chance to coach Liam for one spring when he was at Sarasota his freshman year, and he's a great high IQ, football IQ guy. I found him to make good decisions, so I think if he can be a point guard and deliver the balls to the likes of number 2, Powell, who you and I have both talked about, needs to get, I would say, at least 10 touches tonight for Southeast to have some success.
Yeah, Liam had a great game last week. He had 8 rushes for 89 yards, and he scored a touchdown. He averaged 11 yards a carry. He was 10 for 19 throwing the ball for 132 yards, and he had 3 touchdowns. He threw 2 to T.J. Powell, and he threw 1 to Reese Wilson, both seniors. I think one of the interesting matchups tonight is going to be the fact that the Southeast receivers are somewhat experienced in the fact that they have a couple of years under their belt playing on the varsity in a stage like this, while 3 of the 4 defensive backs for the Hurricanes are sophomores, probably playing in their first ball game of this magnitude outside of last week's game, against St. John Bosco. So I think that might be a game within a game.
And that St. John Bosco squad, I was here, that team was loaded with Division I talent. There was no weak spots. That was one of the most impressive, if not the most impressive high school team I've seen. Before the game even started, I texted you and I texted Coach Canaan and told both of you the same thing, that this is as good a team as I've ever seen. So I was not surprised by the 31-0 halftime rout, and of course the game was canceled due to lightning. So Southeast send their captains out there now. Liam Fernandez, number 3, aforementioned. Number 7, Marion Lowe, also a captain for Southeast.
Number 52 is offensive lineman Caleb Steele. He's the guard for the Seminoles, and out there we're wearing number 8 for the Noles. Crawford. Crawford. He's a defensive lineman for the Seminoles. He's a senior.
The Manatee captains, I'm trying to make them out. Looks like Storm Hance and the other linebacker.
Dante Prince is there.
Dante Prince, Storm Hentz.
The senior defensive back for the Hurricanes is out there too.
Ronan Dangler, the linebacker.
And Zion Green, number 4, are the captains.
Yeah, Zaire Green, transfer from Palmetto as a senior. He's the one with experience that you talked about. I don't know if he started at Palmetto last year, but he played a lot. He's been in a lot of games, special teams. He probably started a few games. He played a lot for Palmetto last year, so he'll have some varsity experience as well. This is still only his second game in this system, though, so that's something to take into consideration as well. So we're doing a coin toss now. Powell, number 2 for Southeast, who I've been telling everybody I know that I think he's the best player in the area, but he's got some pretty good lineage through Southeast, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. His uncle was a young man that played for us back in the day, Peter Warwick, and he's got some of those. TJ has some of those same skills and some of those same abilities. I remember last year in this ball game, he touched the opening kickoff, and somehow he avoided like 3 or 4 tacklers in about a 5-yard area, and just gained yards. And he's been making some spectacular catches, and he's just got to become a little more experienced when he's back there returning kicks and stuff like that to get a little bit better for the Seminoles.
Well, Bayshore made a mistake at kicking it to him in the kickoff classic, and he took it back 90 yards. I don't think Manatee will do that. If they do, I think that's an opportunity for Southeast to get some good field position. And I want to avoid any internet controversies, but what I would say about him is good genes. Now, I don't want to start any big controversy about that, though. But so we're getting ready. Manatee is taking the field. Here they come, and looks like an injured player doing a flip. No, he's got his helmet off. I thought he was injured. He does have shoulder pads on. I was going to say he can't be hurt that bad if he's doing flips when he's running on the field, but. And I don't know what those flags are. That's odd.
Manatee Hurricanes are coached by Jacquez Green, and the Southeast Seminoles are coached by Kurt Bradley. This is the second year for Coach Bradley. They entered the game tonight with that record of 1 win and no defeats, having defeated Tampa Robinson by a score of 42-0 last week. They were able to get their entire game in. Manatee has actually played a kickoff classic and their week 1 game last week, and neither game went the distance for the Hurricanes.
Right. The kickoff classic almost did. It was about 4 minutes short, but they played mostly 4 quarters. But through 6 quarters of play, Manatee has scored a whopping total of 0 points, and that's not something Manatee Hurricanes fans are used to seeing.
No, that sure is not, and we'll see how the Hurricanes battle through that tonight. They have a huge offensive line, which is going to be a big difference between what the Southeast Seminoles play in their defensive line. The Noles are very quick, fast. They run to the football extremely well, but if the Manatee Hurricanes lock on to any one of their front 7 guys, it could be a long night for the Seminoles, but they will continue to battle all night long for the Noles.
The Hurricanes are going to receive the kick. Dominique Wortham back, number 25, and Zaire Green are the 2 deep men. Handling kicking duties for Palmetto, or for Southeast, looks like it's number 1.
Reese Wilson is kicking off tonight.
He also plays, right? He's a receiver,
Yep.
and so he's not just a kicker. He's not a kicker only. I did notice him punting before a game, and we did a game a couple of years ago where we watched the Southeast punting before the game and knew there was going to be an issue. He actually has a decent leg. He's capable of getting off some good punts. So their kicking game should be a little better than what they had the last couple of years. And here we go as he puts toe to leather, and it's a little squib down the right side, and it's going to go out of bounds. I don't know if that was an attempt at an onside kick or they're just trying to keep it away from deep guys. I think there might have been keep a combination of both. Keep it away from the deep guys, and maybe we'll recover it.
Right. I think he was trying to do a little sky kickoff there to get him down there and make the tackle. That's what they were doing last week against Tampa Robinson. They don't have the kicking leg to put it into the end zone, so they try to play defense with them and
sky kick it and pooch it and get coverage down there. But that's going to be great field position for Manatee as they'll take over at the 40 after the ball is kicked out of bounds. And it'll be 1st and 10. I thought it was supposed to be the 35, but maybe they've changed that rule. The line guys did too. They had to change that up at the 35 to start. So Manatee will take over. The senior transfer, number 10, Logan Rogers at quarterback, And he's got Smith back there, number 2. He's going to throw a bubble right off the bat. And he's got a receiver makes a man miss. It's Jaquan Williams. And we saw him last year and playing special teams as a sophomore, and he's electric. And he's a guy that, once again, he gets up a little slow and hops to the sideline, but he's the guy that they want to get the ball to, and he's their answer to Southeast's Powell.
Right. He picked up 17 on that play to pick up a first down right away as Logan Rogers is 1 for 1 on a nice little easy.
And that's a great call for a team whose quarterback has been struggling and offense has been struggling. A nice safe throw and get him comfortable.
Very, very much so. Just get him the ball on an easy route, make him feel good about himself, and they got it going.
So we got 1st and 10 here, and they're going to throw the same play to the other side, and it's incomplete. That's number 14. It was intended for. Ball's a little high. He's not a very tall receiver, Sean Wilson, and got through his hands. A high ball, but probably catchable. And he might have had a little room there. It looked like he had the block from the big number 80.
Brennan
Gunner
yep. Is the
tight end.
That was flexed out there, the H-back.
And he was going out to make a block. It looked like he had a block there. So Dante Prince is down the bottom here. We got trips to the top for Rogers, 2nd and 10. Oh, Rogers keeps on his own read. Defensive end crashed down and tackled Smith, and Rogers made a good read and pulled it. That's something I haven't seen them do much. I've only seen the two games this year, but that zone read with the quarterback keeping. We'll see Southeast do that as well, as you mentioned, with Liam Fernandez.
Rogers picked up 6 yards on that carry. It looked to a lot of people in the stadium that the ball carrier had been tackled, but it was a nice job by Rogers pulling on the read and picking up the yardage.
Yeah, you could hear the Southeast fans over in front of us here start to cheer, thinking they had a big play, and they didn't realize that the quarterback still had the ball. So we come back out here, and Manatee's got 3rd and 5. They're going to give to Smith, and he's hitting the backfield by Crawford, number 8, and taken down right away. Big penetration, and he lost a yard, maybe 2. Lost a yard or 2 on that, and it's going to be 4th and 6. But they're in no man's territory here, so I expect him to go for it.
Right, I would think so too. That's a nice play by the senior defensive lineman, number 8, Crawford, as he came through them, breaking into the backfield and making the play for the Seminoles.
Yeah, watching the Bayshore game, and when Southeast played him in the Kickoff Classic, Crawford and Myrion Lowe, both very athletic, quick penetrators. They disrupt things. They get upfield and get in guys' faces and disrupt things a lot. So we'll look for more of that tonight. Rogers back to pass on 4th down. He throws a curl. He hits him, and these balls dropped. It was number 7. Elijah Christian, the sophomore, wide open. Good read, a good throw, a little low, but hit him right in the stomach and popped out.
That's correct. That Southeast Seminole defense comes to the occasion there and stops them after the initial first down, and now the Noles will take over on their own 41-yard line with Liam Fernandez, who had a successful first night out for the Seminoles last week, taking over. In the backfield will be number 15 for the Seminoles. He'll be the running back. That is LaDavian Johnson.
And you'll see Marvelous Jackson as well a lot in the backfield. No, he's not dressed today. He played a lot last game. They motion over to trips into the boundary, and they're going to throw a screen first and get at the number 2 right away, and he's taken down right away. Good play by number 4 out there for Manatee. Zaire Green coming up and attacking that. Both offensive coordinators having the same idea of trying to get that. The offense started with a nice safe throw. Manatee had a little more success. Southeast loses 4 on that, but like I said, I expect him to touch the ball probably 10 times tonight. Southeast is they got to back that receiver up. And they go trips to the wide side now. Liam Fernandez hands off to 15 Johnson, and he gets about 3 yards back to the original line of scrimmage. We'll have a 3rd and 10.
LaDavian Johnson is a senior, 5'6", 150-pound running back who last week had 15 rushes for the Seminoles of 72 yards.
He was a transfer from Bayshore, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay, we got 3rd and 10. And Southeast goes with twins. Looks like cover 0 here. Manatee's got everybody manned up and nobody back deep. So you got man coverage, and they're probably bringing somebody. And Manatee's offsides. The ball snapped. That was the defensive back walking up across the line of scrimmage to get in the face of the slot, but the slot was not on the line of scrimmage, so it drew him offsides there.
Yeah, that's one of those things that always looks good in practice, and then when you're not having referees watching your practices, you can probably have that occur, and you don't know that it's happening. So he jumped off, he lined up off sides, and that gets Southeast another opportunity. But instead of 3rd and 10, it's 3rd and 5.
And those are the penalties that coaches can't stand, the pre-snap penalties. That totally inexcusable. It's nothing that the other team did. You just walked up and did it, and walked up and lined up offsides.
Again, going without a free safety. Man up all over the place, I would assume.
Yeah, it looks, unless they're trying to show man, they're 4 across there. Oh, Powell with the completion. He's going to be just short of the first. Oh, not a very good spot. I thought he was up to the 50. They mark him down at the 49. So Fernandez to Powell for a 4-yard gain. And it's going to be 4th and 2. And I think Southeast going to punt. I'm surprised, actually, at midfield that.
That was a tough spot for the Seminoles.
Yeah, I thought he got right to the 50, and it would have been a 4th and 1, and then maybe Coach Bradley then decides to go for it. But that's a long 2 there, so he probably decided to play the field position game.
Going into punt is Reese Wilson, the senior wide receiver. So both quarterbacks got off to a start where they did complete passes on their first series, which is, I think, very key, especially for Manatee's quarterback, who was being hurried last 2 weeks each time he went back to pass.
Yeah, I don't know if hurried was the word. He was being harassed. But yeah, and they got those passes off today, both teams, without the quarterback being hit. So that's a good sign that they're settling in a little there.
The game seemed to be going awfully fast last week for the Manatee quarterback.
And the Reese gets the punt away, and it's not a good one. It's off to the right, off the side of his foot, but he got a little bit of a bounce. And it looks like it's going to be down at the 34-yard line. So that's going to be about a 22, 23-yard punt. Wasn't his best effort, I'm sure he would tell you. I saw him in warm-ups kicking much better than that. They also had to delay a game there with the punt team before they got that punt off while we were talking, so that pushed him back 5 more yards.
The offensive line for Manatee goes 270, 315, 250, and 3 1/4. So they have some beef up there for the Hurricanes in the offensive line, opening up holes for the Hurricane running backs.
Yeah, that would be where you would think the opening would be. And there's a little flip to Jaquan Williams, and he turns a corner, and they're going to call a hold on the running back, number 2, Smith, I believe.
Yep.
The lead blocker on that jet sweep. It's actually a completed pass, actually, because it flipped it in front of him. But that's a great quarterback coach's play because it gets their quarterback stats up.
All going to be negated by a holding, probably on Smith, the running back. That's one of those things that the running back probably is not your most favorite man to have blocking, but in this case they want to get the ball to Williams and get him on the edge, and he's a junior wide receiver, 6 foot 195.
And that's a penalty that coaches can live with because it's effort. He's out there blocking, and you get called for holding. That kind of happens. That's not the same as a pre-snap penalty or an intentional foul. Personal fouls, late hits, that kind of stuff. It just happens. It's part of the game. Sometimes you're going to get caught holding. But they're going to go back now. It's going to be 1st and 20. And Manatee goes give to Smith, and he's hit right away in the backfield. Looks like 8 again. So Darius Crawford was the first one there. 6 in there, too, Toledo.
That's the second tackle already in the game by Darius Crawford, doing a good job for the Noles.
Yep, that was a short gain. They got just about 1 yard. So it's 2nd and 19. Manatee in the huddle. So, both these teams working out of the huddle, very slow pace. That St. John Bosco last week was all hurry up. They got plays off very quick. Game moved real fast. This is a slower pace. Both teams kind of slowing the game down.
All wide receivers to this side.
And they give to Smith, and he's hitting the backfield. Oh, no, it was Rogers kept it again. But this time, number 25 was there for Southeast. making the play, Zion Dawes.
Zion
safety.
is a 6'2" safety that is a senior defensive player for the Seminoles. They called a penalty also on the play that'll be declined, as Dawes made the tackle in the backfield for a loss of probably another 3 or 4 yards.
2 yards. So it's third and looks like 3rd and 20. Well, the scoreboard doesn't have the down and distance tonight as the sun starts to set. Beautiful night here at Hawkins Stadium. A slight breeze. Decent crowd. It's filled in a little bit more from when we looked earlier, but still maybe not like the 90s when you and Coach Canan went head-to-head in some of those games where you couldn't buy a ticket in here. And Manatee's going to go with 2 wide receivers split out to the left, and Rogers is back, and he's got a man up the seam, and he hits Williams. He's got the catch. He's got the first down. He's got more. Turns the corner, and he's hit on the sideline, goes out about around the 33-yard line. See where they mark it. They're going to mark it out at the 36, but it's a first down. Big gain. Nice throw by Rogers at the time. Once again, we haven't seen him sit back there with that kind of time in those first 2 games to make that throw.
That's correct. He had plenty of time to throw that, and he did a great job completing it over the middle, and they ended up picking up over 30 yards on the play.
So we're going to have the timeout for the water break here, which as an offensive coach who likes to go hurry up, that would drive me crazy. When you get a big first down and you probably want to hurry and line up on the ball and run another play, and the refs stop it for a timeout. But I don't think either of these teams are doing much hurry up so far, so it might not affect them as much. It's one of my pet peeves.
That was a good play by Logan Rogers there at quarterback. Again, he was able to get his feet underneath him. He wasn't being harassed this time like he has been in those first 2 ball games, and in doing so, it gave him the time and the opportunity to survey the field, and he found his number 1 receiver, who wears number 1, Jaquan Williams.
A nice clean pocket, stepped into the throw and delivered it, and then let Williams do the rest. And like we said, he's the number 2 for Southeast, number 1 for Manatee are the guys that they expect big plays from, and they're going to try to get the ball to. So. And Rogers now 1st and 10 at the 36. He's going to throw a quick hitch to the outside. That's completed. I'm really impressed with the play calling. The catches by number 7 there. It's
Elijah Christian,
the sophomore. Impressed with the play calling from both sides. There seems to be a concept behind it. Manatee's getting rid of the ball quick and getting the ball to 1 a lot. Southeast was trying to get the ball to 2 and getting rid of the ball quick. So, and now Manatee comes up 2nd and 5. From the 31, they're going to give to Smith, and 17, 8 in the backfield again, but Smith breaks it. 17 makes a great play after he missed him the first time, and then he came back and got him as he just kept hustling, and that's a hustle play. That's Dave Dawes, defensive end, number 17. He was in the backfield, disrupted it, missed a tackle, and then Crawford almost made the play, and when Smith bounced off of Crawford, Dawes had fallen back into it.
Yeah, Dawes led the Southeast Seminoles last week in tackles when he had 4 solos and a block pass, and that was a nice play by him. That's again showing the effort that Southeast defensive kids have been playing.
I said
with.
Defensive end. He's actually been lined up at linebacker some, but now he's walked up on the line of scrimmage. So there's a bootleg out to the right, gets the ball in the flat to Jaquan Williams. He gets hit by number 25.
Zion Dawes on the tackle.
Zion Dawes,
that's
second
the
big play
time
he's made, yeah.
Yep.
Went down low and just took the feet right out from under Williams right as he caught the ball, so there's not much he could do there.
Again, a nice play concept, fake to the left-hand side and bootleg it out to the right, and they were able to make the pass, an easy pass completion for their quarterback again.
So Manatee's going to try a field goal here on 4th down from the 32. It'll be a 49-yarder. The kicker is number 81.
That's Cade Fessler.
Cade Fessler, and I guess the holder is 82. Gets it down, good kick. It's going to be a little short. He didn't quite have the distance and a little to the right. So that's probably about the max of his range there, I would guess. And he pushed it a little bit to the right as well, and I think it came up just a hair short. So Southeast holds after the big play to Williams.
Yeah, they gave up a 37-yard pass play to Williams and
gave up no points.
Gave up no points, and we're sitting here now with 4 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and the Seminoles will take over for the second time this evening, this time at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's the thing about high school football. Those missed field goals go to the 20. It's not that bad. That's why it's a good decision a lot of times to let a guy try to extend his range a bit, because he's just going to go to the 20-yard line anyway. If you go for it out there at the 36, they get the ball there. Manatee drops a safety back. Give us the number 15, Johnson. He's hitting the backfield by 61 and 53 from Manatee on their defensive front, jumping in there. Trevor Weathersby and Davion Bryant, and a host of other Hurricanes.
That's the second time that he's been carrying the football for the Southeast. He was their leading ground gainer last week, the number one running back there, Johnson, and he's got 2 carries so far tonight for 4 yards.
So Southeast faces a 2nd and 10. Manatee looks like they're back in a zone look now. Earlier we saw them playing straight up man, but looks more like zone here. Fernandez is going to give again. He's got a little seam. 61 again on the play. Makes the tackle on Johnson. That's Weathersby, 2 plays in a row. Nice tackle there. The only problem with it is it was 5 yards downfield. You don't always want your defensive lineman making tackles downfield, but he was chasing him down from behind.
Joining in on the tackle there was number 22, Baldwin.
So it's 3rd and 5.
They're coming.
Yep, they trying to time up the blitz there, and Southeast had a no play call, and they go back to get the call from the ref. We got a guy with a mouthpiece out. I don't think they're going to call. The ref was trying to tell him he had his mouthpiece out.
Looks like they were going to again
and there's
go.
the ref. He's going to send him off to the sideline because he didn't have his mouthpiece in. That stuff is frustrating as a coach, right?
Yep. That they were again going with no free safety, and it looked like it was man up all the way over.
And well, they walked both linebackers up like they were going to bring both those guys too. So they were going to bring 6 and play man everywhere else, I guess.
That was kind of nice for Southeast that they didn't get penalized for it. So they sit at 3rd and 5.
Yep. Fernandez is back, and he's looking deep. He's going for number 1, underthrown and intercepted by 26 for Manatee. See who that is. We're going to make sure we get the name right. Jared Sanders, one of the Sanders twins. Coach Green was very high on those 2 guys. They're the younger brother of the Corey Sanders that played running back at Manatee the last couple of years. And they're up on varsity now, both starting in the secondary. It was good coverage. He wasn't open really, but then the ball was underthrown and on the inside.
Right, when you're throwing that pass, there's only 2 places it can be. It's either in your receiver's hands or out of bounds.
Correct,
He
yep.
just didn't get enough air on it to get it out of bounds.
Yep. Very good coverage by Sanders, though.
Yes,
as well.
it was. Yeah. Yes, it was.
He was right on his hip. So Rogers brings the Hurricanes out here, and he's going to start with Caden Smith, and he's hit by Crawford again in the backfield, number 8. That's a 3rd big tackle for him.
Joining him on the tackle was, I believe, number 7 was in on that play. Oh, no,
Myrion
17.
Lowe.
No, that was 17 was
17.
in there. So
Mr. Dawes.
Yeah. Sedarius Crawford is making some plays in the backfield. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, he penetrates and gets upfield, and the defensive line for Southeast, much smaller than Manatee's offense, but also much more athletic, and that's going to be a problem.
So he lost 3 yards on that play. Smith has yet to gain any positive yardage.
That was
was it Caden White on that
Caden
play?
White, yep.
Okay.
And there he catches the flare, White, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 from their own 42 after the turnover. It would be a big boost for Southeast if they could get them 3 and out here after that turnover. It helped quarterbacks' mindset that that mistake didn't hurt them. And it's going to be a big deflator for Manatee if they get a turnover and they end up having to go 3 and out. So Manatee, a little confusion on who's in the game here. Guys going in and out of the huddle. He's got 11 seconds to get the play off. They're not up there yet, so this is going to be close. And Manatee's going to call timeout because it was getting too close. Good call, 3rd and 10. It's a big play, like we said, right after a turnover. I don't think they wanted to get a penalty there or get a snap off at a bad time.
You know, this is a time when if Manatee's big offensive lineman can keep the Southeast kids from getting penetration and a pass rush, that's what happened the last time when they completed that pass for 37 yards to Williams. He had plenty of time to sit back and throw the pass up the middle, so that the Seminoles are going to have to get a little more pressure on the quarterback.
Well, Coach, you've been in this game a lot, many years, sometimes as a big favorite, sometimes as an underdog. What's the difference in your approach as far as preparing for the game? I mean, is there a big difference, or do you just prepare every game the same?
I think we probably prepared for it all the same. The toughest part was keeping the kids and their enthusiasm under control when good things happened, because they were so excited and so emotionally charged up for the game. You had to keep things under control.
I'm not sure it carries that same energy that it did back when you and Coach Cadan were coaching, but Rogers is back on 3rd and 10, and he's got number 7, Christian, out in the flats, and he's got a first down, gets knocked out of bounds. Elijah Christian.
That's a 15-yard completion for Logan Rogers.
And we noticed him at practice the other day. For a sophomore, he's got a varsity body.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Logan Rogers is already 6 for 8 throwing the football for the Hurricanes. I know that 2 or 3 of them have been kind of on the line of scrimmage, but those are 2 nice completions downfield.
And he also has a drop over the middle that would have been a 7th completion probably. But there's Caden White carrying the ball for a good gain that time, as the Manatee offensive line opens up a hole there for a 6 to 7 yard gain. Looks like 6.
Tackle made by Dawes on that play again.
Now Manatee's going hurry. No huddle, they're lining up, and there's some confusion here. And they're just going to run it again. Oh, keeps it. Quarterback keeps it, tries to get to the outside. He's going to be closer to first down. He dove in there, and he might have gotten it. No, he's going to be just short. They're going to have a third and a half a yard, 3rd and 1.
Tackle made there by Baron Baldwin for Southeast, knocked him out of bounds. It's going to set up a...
That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Game's 0-0. We're going to take a break right now, and we'll be back in a moment. Thank you. Third and 1, Hurricanes go quarterback sneak, and Rogers, he gets a big gain, actually. Gets about 5 yards on that. So we got a first down and 10 at the 30-yard line going in. Manatee's got their best drive of the night going here, and it hasn't been a lot of offense tonight. 0-0, Southeast and Manatee. Just started the second quarter as the sun starts to set here in Joe Canan Field at Hawkins Stadium.
It's 2 runs by Rogers for a total of 9 yards. As that was a big play right there for them, putting a quarterback underneath the center and running it.
And there goes Caden White. I see 17 in there for Southeast Dawes, and Crawford down the bottom of the pile, and his helmet popped off, so he'll have to come out for a play. And you got a Hurricane down, 67.
Offensive lineman.
Left tackle.
Derek Morgan.
Yeah.
He's 6'3", 270-pound senior.
3-year starter. That's bad for Manatee if it's a serious injury. We hope it's just something very minor. But
that play again there by David Dawes, number 17. He in the first quarter plus 1 play in the second. He's already been in on 4 tackles.
Yeah.
He and Cedarius Crawford, number 8 for the Seminoles, have been playing that defensive front and making plays up and down the line of scrimmage so far.
So we're going to try to get some scores for you from some other games as the night goes on, with other games in the area. We'll see if we can find out some scores. But
you were talking about this rivalry that has been in existence for since 1974. In the first 10 games, Manatee won 9 of them. Southeast's only win was 1985, and that was when Southeast won the game 21-7. That was the year when both Manatee and Southeast made it to the state championship game. Those games were both played in Bradenton, one at Southeast and one at Manatee High School at the same time, and both teams played against teams from Pensacola.
Pensacola, yep.
So that was a great run there by Manatee at the beginning. And then from 92 to 2002, Southeast had a little latch on things where they won 10 out of those 11 games.
I don't know if you remember who did the color commentary for that state championship game against Pensacola and Emmett Smith.
Probably a guy by the name of Tony Conn.
That's right. I was actually at the Manatee game working for the Braden Herald as a college student. And Rogers is in the empty backfield here, and he's going to go out to the hitch. Oh, he throws it low. They called it no catch. It was on the ground looking for Jaquan Williams. He was the solo receiver. They had quads out to the right and trying to get him to isolate it up, and they were playing soft on him, so they tried to throw the hitch out there, but he threw it low, and it'll be incomplete, so it'll be 3rd and 8. We got a Parish community up 27-0 already on Bayshore. So Bayshore with a big win last week in overtime. Unfortunately, that momentum didn't carry over very much into this week.
3rd down and 8 for the Hurricanes with Logan Rogers in the shotgun now.
And Manatee, Rogers is back. He's got time. He throws in flats. It's away outside. Ball was kind of off target, low and away. If that was a pitch, it would be called low and away.
Just a bit outside, as Bob Euchre would say.
And I think Manatee's going for it this time.
Yes.
They tried it last time with the field goal with the wind. This time it's a little into the wind, and Coach Green said, I've seen enough of that. We're going to try to do it with our offense. So
It's 4th down and 8 yards to go. The last 3 times they've been in a long yardage situation, they've been able to have some time throwing the football.
And he had plenty of time that last throw. Very good protection there. He's got time again, and he's goes up to the end zone, and it was intercepted. No, it's dropped. Almost intercepted. It was better that he dropped it, though, because the ball is going to come back out to the 28 rather than be on the 20 if he intercepted in the end zone. Good coverage there by 25 for Southeast. And I believe that is Zion Dawes, who was in good position. Once again, another deep ball thrown to the inside, and much like the one Fernandez threw that was intercepted.
Correct.
That ball's got to be thrown on the outside shoulder.
Well, now we'll see how Liam Fernandez comes back after his INT that he threw last time. And, sometimes it helps if you get the quarterback carrying the ball a little bit and get him involved in the action.
Especially a guy like him
Yes.
who is running is a part of his game.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe call a speed option or something so he can get some confidence doing that. We got orbit motion from Southeast, and he's going to throw a little slant to number 4, and he's got it. He's open. He can go all the way. No, 26. Sanders is going to run him down. No, 4 going to the end zone. Touchdown, Southeast. Number 4.
Cornelius Fields. Nice throw by Liam Fernandez on the slant. Ball was on a 72-yard touchdown pass. Fernandez to Fields, and Southeast is in front 6-0 and about to try to make it 7-0. Fields was a inside slot receiver last week when he had some really good runs for the Seminoles, and he got loose in the middle there, and that's one of the things we said about the
it was a well-designed play. They got a little swinging gate here for Southeast on the extra point. They call timeout. I never call timeout on an extra point. Your kicker can make it from 5 yards back. That's rule number 1 in special teams. But I don't know if we have a replay on that on the touchdown. You'll see The orbit motion, it was well-designed play, I was saying. The orbit motion widened the flat defender, and Fields just got inside of him. It was really kind of a skinny slant, and as soon as he widened, Fernandez got the ball out quick, hit Fields, right up the seam, and then he just outran everybody. And I thought Sanders was going to get him, number 26 from Manatee. Jared Sanders had an angle, but Fields kept running away and outran him.
And again, it goes back to what I said about sophomores in the secondary playing against senior receivers. Cornelius Fields took that thing and went the distance. Last week he had two receptions for 7 yards, and then he carried the ball last week from that slot position where he had 3 carries for 21 yards. So
he had a long reception against Bayshore as well in the kickoff classic on the screen.
I remember you saying that.
And I guess that answers the question about how Liam was going to come back from the interception, and he can't bounce back. Well, they're going to run a play here. He's got number 1 open. There he is, number 1. 2-point conversion is good. Fernandez did a great job just extending the play out there, waiting, and then probably could have hit him a little earlier. I saw him pop open earlier, but that's Reese Wilson.
He was sprinting out to the right there. You see him, and he was probably looking for T.J. Powell in the end zone, and he probably threw the one that you as a quarterback coach would say, no, don't throw back across your body.
No, I actually said one's open. I saw them run away from him. So, yeah, that's no, yes.
Yes. Don't take that shot. Don't take that shot. Good. Well, that's a big drive there by Southeast with Liam coming back from following that interception to jump on top 7-0.
Yeah,
that is the first time in the last 3 years that Southeast has scored any points at all against Manatee.
That's in 14. There are 14 quarters, right? 13 quarters, scoreless quarters.
Yes.
13 quarters scoreless, and then they come out in the beginning of the second quarter there and hit the big 72-yard touchdown pass. Southeast only has 10 guys on the field for kickoff. They're trying to get that situated and get a guy in there.
Stepping onto the field there is number 23 for the Seminoles, and unfortunately we don't have his number.
Dominique Wortham, 10th grader, is back deep with Zaire Green from Manatee, but we saw Wilson try to pooch it earlier, so I don't know if he'll
probably what he'll
deep.
do it again unless the emotion of the moment.
Well, they go onside kick, and
Manatee did a great job. Good play by number 55. Good special teams play there by the Hurricanes.
Brian Bruckerberg.
To jump on that short little onside kick that the Noles were trying.
Brian Beckerleg. I'm sorry. I want to get his name right. It was a really good play by Beckerleg. Good kick. The ball was going to go just 10 yards, and if he doesn't aggressively go after that, Southeast is going to get the ball at the 45-yard line, and then we're really going to have something interesting. But now, looking at it the other way, you just gave them field position inside your own 50s.
Yeah. Manatee's ball on Southeast 44-yard line.
And we have a new quarterback in, number 9, Mason Summer, in at quarterback instead of Rogers. He's a junior. And there's a jet sweep, and 17 Dawes hits him, and then Myrion Lowe runs him down for a big loss. It'll be a loss of 8.
Dawes and 7 and 17 for the Seminoles on that play.
Mason Summer was a backup last year. He was not used very often and usually in at the end of games, so he doesn't have a lot of experience throwing, but he's got a lot of experience at games. His dad, Bowen, actually played for me when I was coaching at Manatee.
So that was, again, that goes down as a pass for Summers. because
for a -7.
Right.
It's completion, though. 2nd and 17. Summers going to throw. Hitch. Gets rid of the ball quick. It's caught by, I think that was number 7. Christian. About a 7-yard gain. He's right back to the 45. So it's going to be about 3rd and 10 or 10 and a half. Long 10, short 11.
You had said
I got to
that
think this is 4-down territory, too, for Coach Green, too, I would think.
unless there's a negative play here. I would think you'd probably want that momentum on your side again. Tried to draw Southeast offside.
Summer back. He's got time. Throws he out. It's caught on the sideline. Nope, he's out of bounds. They call it out of bounds on the catch. So it's going to be 4th and 11. You know, it's interesting. You and I think we talked a little before the game about whether Manatee would be patient enough to run the ball inside over and over again, and we thought that would be where they would have the advantage against Southeast, and apparently they don't feel that way because they are attacking the outside and throwing.
Well, if you look at the runs that Manatee's had, they've got nothing but negative yards on.
But they're all been outside runs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Manatee's punting. That's Urice punting, the 10th grader, and it's going to be down at the 16-yard line.
Right has 17-yard line.
Carter Urice, 10th grader, handling the punting duties for Manatee this year.
Manatee special teams coordinator is Coach Dennis Stollard, a 53-year veteran of the educational system and sideline coaching for football for the Hurricanes.
And the answer to a trivia question, 1/3 of it. The only 3 people that'll coach for Paul Meckley and Joe Canan. So if anybody knows that, call in. We don't have a number, but I'll give you a hint. One of them is sitting next to Coach Meckley right now. And the other one's probably grumpy yelling at somebody at St. Stephen's. The Southeast rolling
Sprinting
left.
out
Fernandez
left.
is thrown out. Good throw. Oh, it's out of incomplete. They ruled it incomplete.
Tough throw there, trying to go to the left.
Yeah, I thought it was a good throw. He got it out there.
Yeah, could have had his shoulders turned a little more upfield, but that's not a convenient thing.
Nope.
Southeast is trying to keep the ball outside of the middle. They don't want to run in there against those big people of Manatee, and they're spreading them out vertically and horizontally to use the whole
They got big 99 in there.
field.
Jerry Frauder Brown right there in the middle playing the one technique right now, or nose guard. Fernandez is in trouble. He scrambles and then throws late, incomplete, throws it away. We got 3rd and 10. And this is turning into a 7-on-7 game. A lot of passing here, right?
Right. With there's a big down for both teams here. Manatee would,
huge.
where the ball for field position with Southeast punting game a little bit suspect.
Yeah, if they can hold them right here and get the ball on their side of the 50 again, they had a good chance of trying to get some points on the board before the half here as we get down to the 8-minute mark left in the second quarter.
Southeast tried to draw Manatee offsides. The kid jumped, but he didn't get into the neutral zone.
Fernandez is back, throws early, caught by Powell, and wrapped up right away. But he's going to be close to a first down.
Well,
we can't see where the stick is from this angle. Looks like it's 4th and 1. A short one. Do you go for this, Coach, this deep in your territory with an 8-0 lead?
No, I don't think so.
Nope, and Coach Bradley apparently agrees with you. He's sending that punt team out there.
You might try to draw them off sides.
No confidence in the brotherly shove? Or
Not against that front with
99 in there.
Look at that. I don't think Manatee's putting in their punt return team either, to be honest with you.
No, that looks like their defense stayed on the field pretty much. Number 2 back to receive. Keith Smith might have come in as a return guy.
Oh, there he got
line drive
bounce.
kick, and he got a great roll. Don't down it. All right, it's going to be down to the 15. That's a 25 to the 15, huh? 60-yard kick.
Yes. That's a big change of field
big
with
play.
This at this stage in the game with only 7 minutes left in the second half.
And I'm not sure if he intended
it
to be a line drive that rolled a long way, but it worked out, that's for sure.
Yeah, it flipped field position in Southeast favor.
That's one of the problems of only having one return guy back is that when that ball hits the ground, you got to catch punts in high school football. So here Manatee goes with the quads again.
What they're trying to do is isolate
Williams up top,
Yep.
one-on-one. And they've got him up there one-on-one. Last time they threw a quick hitch to him. I don't be surprised if he goes a little hitch and go this time. They ran the hitch again. Quarterback keeps it and gets about a 10-yard run. I didn't see why he ran. Was that designed?
I think it was a designed run.
Draw?
Yep, quarterback draw. He was going to run all the way.
I guess if they will read the box and see how many guys Southeast walks out, and if
Right.
they walk their linebackers out to cover the quads, they go ahead and run the draw. Good
They-
run by Summer there.
They ran that a couple times against Don Bosco, but that might have been really not called, more like out of desperation.
Now it's 1st and 10 at the 25. Summer at quarterback, and he gives, and he's got a hole. A nice run by number 12, Malik Bryant. Good run that time. Got 9 yards. Got a good push on this right side of the line here. See the right tackle there. Oh, nice block right there.
And broke the tackle of number 45, or of number 32 there. Picked up
was it?
9 yards by Malik Bryant.
Looks like 56, the right tackle, I believe. Cooper Colby, only a 10th grader. Oh, only a 10th grader. He looks a little thin, but as a 10th grader, you know he can gain weight. That was a good block there. They just washed the defensive lineman down. And there's a give again. Malik Bryant, big hole, through the hole. He's gone. He's gone. He's going down the left sideline. Only one man left. Oh, and number 11 for Southeast runs him down. Caleb Crawford
sophomore,
makes the play.
Sophomore.
Boy, I thought he was
sophomore
gone there.
linebacker.
Yeah, it's good hustle play there. If he doesn't get him, that's a touchdown. Huge run there, and Malik Bryant throwing a little energy into the Manatee offense here as they start doing what we just said they weren't doing, running the ball up the middle now on 3 different runs, 1 by the quarterback and 2 by Bryant.
Yeah, between Summer Mason and Malik, those are 2 good plays.
Yep. So they got 1st and 10 at the 25 for Manatee. Southeast is late getting over there to line up, it looks like. I don't know why they're waiting for him. Mason Summer, quarterback number 9. He's replaced Logan Rogers. He gives to Malik again. He bounces out to the left and breaks 1 tackle and gets a nice gain. Gets another 5 or 6 yard run there. And all of a sudden, Manatee's found something here. Look at that left side of the offensive line. Derek Morgan with the down block there. You see the tight end coming around, Gunner.
That was Crawford again on the tackle, the young man that saved the touchdown the last time.
Good block by Derek Morgan there, creating that hole after going out with a little injury earlier. Like we said, hopefully it wasn't something serious. Obviously, he just got stepped on or twisted an ankle or something. He comes back in and gets a good block there. Now they're just washing down those smaller defensive linemen from Southeast and running the ball, right at them. And I think that's the recipe Manatee has to follow if they want to be successful tonight.
Yeah, they did it with the first run by Mason, and then Malik has these next 2 carries for big yardage, and it's Cook forced Southeast, I believe, to call timeout and readjust some of their thinking on how they're going to defend the new quarterback that's in there. On that first run by Summer, they had gone 4 wide receivers to one side and a single receiver to the other side, so you probably have some people out of the box, and he just kept it and ran that quarterback draw extremely well.
Like I said, his dad is the president of the Booster Club here, Bowen Summer, and he's grown up around Manatee football, so it's got to be a dream come true to get out there on the field and play with the Hurricanes. And there's Bryant again, making get people miss, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Once again, running between the tackles. We just said it a couple of minutes ago. They had gotten away from it, or were trying to run outside and throw the ball. And they finally came back and consistently pounded the ball inside and were able to get movement on that off defensive line for Southeast. And
those were runs of 25 and 55 by Malik Bryant. So his introduction into the game has been beneficial for the Hurricanes.
Now we'll see the field goal attempt, or extra point attempt here to cut it to 1.
Cade Fessler is doing the kicking.
The punter, Urice holds. He puts it down, and the kick is good. And we got an 8-7 game. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back to Hawkins Stadium right after this break. We're back at Hawkins Stadium. I guess we never left you. You had a view of it, but we were down for a second there after the touchdown.
That touchdown by Malik Bryant is the first touchdown of the year for the Hurricanes. I am sure it's probably not the guy that preseason they would have thought would be scoring the first touchdown for the Hurricanes, Malik Bryant.
And he really charged the offense when he came in that series off the bench, along with Mason Summer, who did an excellent job on the one run he had and made a couple of nice throws on some hitches. And the kickoff goes out of bounds for Fessler, and so Southeast will get it.
Malik Bryant is 5'7" senior, 155 pounds, and he really took that first run, and he was a little difference maker. He was.
Yeah, he was hitting the hole quick and making guys miss in the hole without stopping. So. Southeast coaches next to us here believe it was a touchback, but it was out of bounds at the 1, I thought.
Oh, they got on the 35.
Which is better.
No, now they're putting it back on the 20.
Oh.
I thought it was out of bounds at the 1 as well.
So it'll be Southeast football starting their next drive from the 20-yard line of the Hurricanes. Of their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, they're at their own 20. 5:49 left. They got a 1-point lead. You're deep in your own territory. I'd try to play a little safe here and see if maybe you can pop something. And they give to number 15, and he goes nowhere there. Dangler, number 8, Ronan Dangler with the tackle. 54 was in there as well for Manatee.
Johnson picked up.
Carter Robinson also in on the tackle there.
The Davian Johnson. No gain on that play. He's been held to only 9 yards on 4 carries. Last week he was the leading rusher for the Seminoles with 72 yards.
Yep, the Manatee defensive front, those big guys we talked about up front, just kind of occupying the lineman there, and Dangler running free to the tackle, making a tackle for no gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. We'll see what Southeast has. Fernandez is going to throw. He throws the hitch out to number 2, Powell, and he gets about a 5-yard gain. Gets about half of it. Out to the 25, so it's going to be 3rd and 5. And that's a play that, that's 5 yards, but it could also turn into 80 with a guy like Powell. So that's you keep taking that if they're going to play soft coverage on a guy of that caliber. And for years when we had Quentin Bundridge here, anytime somebody was soft, we would take the gift, as Coach Canan would say, and come out of whatever play we were running and throw that hitch out there to him because we never knew when he was going to turn that into an 80-yarder.
Now Powell's lined up tight.
It's 3rd and 5. They're in cover 0. They're blitzing. Fernandez is going to get rid of it.
Out and up.
And he's out of bounds.
Holding right down the speed, Jay.
And they didn't call anything, no flags there. There was a lot of contact on the receiver as they kind of ran him out of bounds on an out and up route there. And the defensive back did a good job of bodying them up and kind of forcing them to the sideline.
That was Zaire Green who was able to stay in his pocket and forced him to the outside.
That was good coverage.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Yes, it was. He is the one senior in the secondary for the Hurricanes that in that particular play was assigned to be guarding Southeast.
You mentioned Powell was in tight. That was actually the design of the play, was to try to get him to run the out and up. But they did it from the boundary, and he kind of ran out of room. So Reese Wilson will punt. He got away a 60-yarder last time. Gets away another line drive. And I don't know why it was down, but it was down at the 36, and it was still rolling. He could have just let it go. And might have gotten another 60-yarder off.
Down there by Cornelius Fields.
He of the great long touchdown catch.
So Manatee will put the ball in play now with
4:11. They got plenty of time.
right. They'll be on. They're on their own
Southeast up by
43-yard
one. This is a huge possession, I think, in the momentum of the game here. If Manatee can get down and score and take over momentum of the game, keep the momentum, and if Southeast can stop them here and get them off the field and go into halftime with a 1-point lead, that would be a huge for them. So we'll see. We got Mason Summer at quarterback again. He has replaced Rogers, the senior. Summers is going deep. He throws a deep ball. It's high, underthrown, but 11 comes back to it, makes the catch. And he's taken down by number 10. Dante Prince, the receiver.
And Darren Duvall made the tackle.
Darren Duvall, he was sort of beat as he was trying to recover. Prince was able to come back and react to the ball there, make the catch, and drag him for a few more yards. And now, just like that, Manatee's at the 16-yard line with a 1st and 10 and 3:43 to go. Well, the change at quarterback and running back has really delivered a punch to the offense at Manatee here.
Correct.
As Summer and Bryant have come in. Both have excelled so far. And he gives it to Bryant. He hesitates in the hole that time, which was different than his other runs where he kind of hit the hole with authority. That time he looked like there was a little hesitation. Got a gain of 1.
Tackle made by Myrion Lowe and number 22, Baron Baldwin for the Seminoles. Gained 1 yard there. That's the least amount of yardage gained on the 4 carries that Bryant has had.
Yeah, he's been very effective. 2nd and 9 from the 15-yard line.
3-by-1 for the Hurricanes. No, they're changing a player in and out.
And that's not supposed to be able to do that. Yep, 3-by-1. Bryant in the backfield next to Summer. Mason.
Nope.
Oh, we got false start on 67. It looks like Myrion Lowe took a step and the offensive lineman moved. And
was that Derek Morgan?
It was Morgan. Yeah.
So
67.
he's back in the game after.
Yeah, he was back in that big run. He had a good block, and we showed the replay of it. That was him in there, and I mentioned he's back. All right, 2nd and 14. Summer moves Malik Bryant to his left side. You got 3 receivers to the wide side to the left. Number 11 down, Dante Price down the bottom. He runs a hitch, catches it, and gets down to about the 13. Got soft coverage there, and like I said, they just take that gift of the hitch down there, and that's Dante Price again, who just caught the long ball to get the Hurricanes down to this end of the field.
So he's got 2 catches on this drive for 45 yards, and Mason Summer again.
And Price is down the bottom again, but they go 2-by-2. Also, Jaquan Williams flanks out there with him in the slot. Bryant at running back. Mason Summer the quarterback. So we go 3rd down. Summer gives to Bryant. Big hole. He cuts it back on his own read. He's hit hard by number 6, Toledo. Got a good gain, though. He's close to a 1st down. I think he might have gotten it from where the ref's spotting it there. Wow. It's close. What are they doing here?
1st down.
1st down. 1st and goal. Yeah, he got it. Well, on a 3rd and long, and they run the zone read, and they got a good push from their right side of the offensive line. And Bryant, once again, north and south, hitting the hole hard. And
all those plays at the beginning of the game where Southeast was penetrating into the backfield and making running backs or quarterbacks lose yardage, it's not been there in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, and I think it's part of that is they're not running laterally as much as they were earlier. It's more downhill. Everything Bryant's run has been downhill. And so Mason Summer, the quarterback now, he's going to look to throw. He's under pressure. He pulls it down. He's hit, stumbles, dives. I think he's down at the 1-yard line. Well, it wasn't graceful, but it was effective scramble by Summer.
Did a good job of pulling that read play again because that running back was hit
and they're
hard.
going to go quarterback sneak here. It looks like they line up quick. And go tush push, and they do, and they're in.
Yep.
Touchdown. Touchdown, Manatee. They haven't signaled yet. Yes, there it goes. Touchdown. There it is. Here's the replay. You see the good push on the offensive line there. Really good push.
Yeah, Manatee's been under center twice.
I don't understand why the running back doesn't push him like they do, because it's legal now, so do it. But if you're going to stand right next to him, might as well push him. Mason Summer, junior quarterback, comes in off the bench and charges the offense along with Malik Bryant. And Manatee drives 2 drives in a row, goes down and scores, and they're getting ready to take a 14-8 lead after this extra point if they can convert it.
Yes, they have definitely flipped the emotion of the game and the momentum.
Yep, and
Has
there's the
jumped
kick.
on
It's up and it's
the
good.
home team side with that successful switch in the backfield and with the quarterback.
Yep, 14-8. So we got 1 minute and 16 seconds left here in the first half. Manatee now leading 14-8. You mentioned the momentum. You can really feel on this side of the field. We're on the visitor side here in the press box. Just even in the stands in front of us, the momentum seems to have slipped away. We got some scores from around the area here. We're going to try to get them for you here.
Southeast is going to have to be very conscious of field position here, that they don't do anything that would create another
easy
quick score for
yep.
Manatee.
Yeah.
Their kicker is going to put it deep, and they got to be careful where they catch the football, because Coach Stallard and his special teams have been putting the ball right in the corner of the football field.
At the half, Parish Community is up 27-0 over Manatee. Braden Rivers trailing, or over Bayshore. Braden Rivers trailing Sarasota 14-7. There's the kick is going to be returnable.
That might be
it's
Powell.
2. It's Powell. He's hit, and he's got nowhere to go, though. They got him. He's going backwards. Oh, he got the outside. He just has the kicker left. Just the kicker left. There he goes. He cuts it inside. Oh, block. Nobody blocks. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown. What a return. We said don't kick the ball to Powell, and they kicked the ball to Powell. And just like that, it's a tie game. I don't know. There's a flag. There's a flag way back at the 10-yard line. Oh, my goodness. It's coming back
What they
all
did
the way
was
back.
they called a personal foul for a blind side block. That was outlawed several years ago for the safety of the people on the team.
Wow.
And a person came back, and the Manatee defender was chasing the play, and instead of just shielding him, he put a good hit on him, and unfortunately...
What an outstanding play by Powell, though. What an outstanding run that was.
Yeah, we said in the beginning that he was going to be able to
special.
do some things,
Yep.
and that was one of those special moments, and unfortunately there was back in the day, those were called decleater blocks.
Yeah, they were good blocks.
That's what happened. And
other scores, we got, like I said, Sarasota over Braden River 14-7. Palmetto up 21-13 in the second quarter over Newsom. Riverview Rams of Sarasota up 20-0 over Riverview Sharks. Lakewood Ranch tied 0-0. Cardinal Mooney up 9-7 over Cherry Creek from Colorado. Berkeley Prep and Booker 0-0.
now the tough part for this game is Southeast is going to have to start over with 53 seconds left on their own 5-yard line, and Manatee still has 2 timeouts left. So I don't think Southeast is going to be able to get out of here without
a punt,
which could be tough if Manatee calls timeout right away.
I would be running the ball here, though. I would not risk throwing down here in this situation.
Doubt.
And that's what they do. They hand it off. They got a little hole there. Good run. Got 4 yards or so.
Manatee's going to call timeout quick, too.
Manatee right away on the timeout with 45 seconds left in the half. Here we see the run there. We got some good movement there on the offensive line.
Davian Johnson on the carry for Southeast picked up 4 yards. He's carried the ball now 5 times for a total of 13 yards.
So Manatee has 1 timeout left remaining here on second down. So if you run the ball again, they use it on second, and you can run it on third and get out of the half.
Get out of the half,
hopefully.
which is what.
Yeah.
And I do believe Southeast gets the ball to start the second half.
Yes, Manatee received the opening kickoff, so maybe we'll get to see Powell. I doubt they'll kick it to Powell anymore tonight, but
That was one of those sensational moments that this game has seen before.
yes, I remember a punt return on this field one year by Peter Warwick late in the game, about a minute left to ice a victory for Southeast.
Fernandez at quarterback.
Yep, Manatee jumps off sides and no flag. I guess he didn't cross the line. He moved. Now Fernandez goes back up and resets and will run the play here. I'm sure they're going to run the ball here again, and they do. And they run off tackle to the right for no gain. Manatee uses the second timeout. 37 seconds.
You can take a knee.
Well, it's third down with 37 seconds left.
Yeah.
So Southeast will have to run another play.
Yeah, they got to run a play. There's no doubt
12-second differential there.
And they got to get it down to.
It's where you want to run an outside play just so it takes up a little more time, even if you don't gain any yardage, and get it down under the 25-second mark maybe.
Then also hope that the referees would be kind and don't spot the ball real quick.
Yeah. So we have 37 seconds left. Manatee's up 14-8 here in the second quarter. 37 seconds left to the half. Southeast deep in their own territory at the 10-yard line. Trying to either run out the clock here or get a first down and run out the clock. Let's see what Southeast has in mind here. He took a knee. I don't understand what that was. He just took a knee at the 3-yard line or 5-yard line, and that's going to 28 seconds left. Oh, no, that's going to do it. No, that will do it. He's got inside the 40 seconds there. So Southeast goes into halftime down by 6 with a kick return that was called back. Could have had themselves a tie game there maybe, or a small Southeast lead. But the play was called back on a 90-yard kickoff return. And one of the most exciting plays you'll see all year that doesn't count. So Manatee goes to the half with a 14-8 lead. We'll be back after halftime, and in the meantime, we'll take a break here and show you some sounds of halftime.
bring up second down. To 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 bring up second up second down. To bring 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 up second down.
It wasn't even that bad. I need a better drop than last week.
Just make sure you put the cap on my
To
cap
bring up second down.
when you take the lens off. I'm gonna stay on the sideline.
To bring up second down.
That's what I should do. I should just switch the pitches.
To bring up second down.
No, do you mean the 400? Or you done with the 400? Or you using the 400?
To bring up second down.
The what?
To bring up second down. 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 To bring up second down.
For what?
I already know that.
To bring up second down.
But they were talking about I didn't have the cap. It was weird to me because I thought that the cap in.
To bring up second down.
They charge you that much for that bag? Do you ever know what you did with it?
To bring up second down.
So I asked Quincy.
He ain't gonna look.
To bring up second down.
That's what pissed me off. I told him I have to take the order charge me. And I thought that was weird.
To bring up second down. 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 To up second down. To bring 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 up second. To bring up second down. To bring up second. To bring up second down. To bring up second. To bring up second down. To bring up second. To bring up second down. To bring up second. To bring up second down. To bring up second.
Welcome back to Joe Canan Field at Hawkins Stadium, Manatee High School. We're getting ready to start the second here. Coach Meckley, Paul Meckley. I'm Chris Comboy, bringing you the MSTV Game of the Week. Southeast versus Manatee, the Battle of Bradenton. And we got a good one today, Coach. Manatee 14, Southeast 8. What do you think?
Yeah, it was a good first half of action. Southeast dominated the first quarter of play with their defense, bottling up almost everything that Manatee did, and then Southeast hit a big long touchdown pass of some 70 yards when Liam Fernandez hit Cornelius Fields up the middle for a touchdown, and then all of a sudden that convinced the Hurricane coaching staff to change the quarterback and running back, and that proved valuable to them.
Yes, Mason Summer came in, replacing Logan Rogers.
He was 3 for 6 for 95 yards when he took over, and the running back, Malik Bryant, had over 80 yards in carries on his 4 times that he touched the ball. So those changes were good.
They each had a rushing touchdown.
Correct.
Yeah, so big changes. We're ready for the second half kickoff here. Cade Fessler handling the kickoff duties will kick deep, probably away from number 2, I would assume. But nope. They kicked it right to him. I don't understand that after he took one back, and that was called back. But here comes Powell, and this time they bottle him up. He gets back to the 20-yard line. Yeah, I don't think I would be kicking to him, but that's they did a good job on the coverage unit there for Manatee getting down. Here you see him kind of running away from where his blockers were, though. It's like number 4 in there, Zaire Green, having a really good game for Manatee.
Yeah, he's the senior defensive back that's been playing on Powell. And I think causing Fernandez to maybe think twice about going in that direction.
Yeah, he's done a really good job shutting him down on the offensive end. He did break one on the kickoff, but that was called back. And Southeast offense comes out on the field here. Fernandez at quarterback. Again, LaDavian Johnson will be to his left in the shotgun as they go 2 wide receivers to the left with a wing back. And they give the ball to Johnson, and he's hitting the backfield and taken down right away. Ronan Dangler for a 3-yard loss on a run-through.
Senior middle linebacker there for the Hurricanes making the play. Johnson for a loss of 2. His longest gain tonight has been like 5 yards. So
yeah, the running game has not been real effective for Southeast.
Nope.
Pretty much their offense has not, except for the one big play. The 72-yard touchdown pass from Fernandez to Fields.
Oh, we thought Liam Fernandez was going to have to be the playmaker here and get things moving in the right direction as a point guard, so to speak, of the offense.
And Fernandez is back to pass, and he scrambles to his left, and he's hit. He gets away and throws it out of bounds. That's going to be intentional grounding, I think. No intentional grounding. Throws it away.
Was that Dangler putting the pressure on him from his linebacker position again?
Yeah, I believe so.
Stunting through there. And
if it was number 8, that's Dangler coming through on the blitz. And Fernandez got hit once and got away, had to run to his left and escape and just get rid of the ball. Was running for his life there. So now you got a 3rd and 12 deep in their own territory at their own 18. And you can't get too greedy here if you're Southeast, can you, Coach?
No, you just got to be able to maybe try something quick. Passing-wise, I don't think the Southeast has the beef up front to match with Manatee's running the ball inside. They're going empty.
Illegal motion. Timeout was called before the snap. Timeout was called.
Southeast.
Yeah, Southeast was getting ready to snap the ball. The receivers weren't set. The Southeast coaching staff saw that, called timeout over on the sideline. So
they're going empty that time. Set up some kind of opportunity for the wide receivers to get the ball. The offensive lineman for Southeast, number 64 is the left tackle. 65 is Juan Ramirez. The left guard is a senior has done a real fine job for the Seminoles. 5'11", 205-pound Caleb Steele. The center is Xavion Booker. The right guard is Anthony Coronado. And the right tackle is a freshman, 6'1", 210-pound Darian Campbell. His father played for Southeast back in the 80s, and we called him Darryl Soup Campbell, and this is Soup Jr. playing. I've seen him around the Southeast campus quite a bit. His mother is on the campus as one of the cheerleading sponsors, and he's the right tackle. He's got nice feet for a young freshman, but it's a challenge going up against juniors and seniors.
Yes, that's difficult. And they go 3rd and 12 now. They're going empty, and Fernandez is going to throw, and he's got a little bit of time. He throws over the middle, looking for Powell. It's incomplete, and that's going to be a 3-and-out for Southeast deep in their territory. And that's just what Manatee was hoping for when they kicked off, was pinning them deep, get a 3-and-out, and really take charge of this game here if they can get the ball in good field position and get another score on the board.
Yeah, that time Fernandez was the first time that he really had some happy feet on the throw. He was moving a little bit while he threw the ball off his back foot. And now they put Southeast in a punt formation with Reese Wilson again kicking, hopefully.
Manatee has a second return man back there for those line drives that we talked about earlier. Made an adjustment there. And there is another line drive, and it's going to go all the way back to Smith, number 2. Takes it to 43. He's got a hole. He's got a big hole. It's coming back. It's going to be a touchdown, but it'll call back on a peel-back block here. The same situation that happened for Southeast on their kickoff return.
Yep, the exact same situation. The rule has been enacted just to prevent those type of things from happening and to prevent the big hits and the big
I'm not
collisions.
sure if either of those blocks were necessary for the play, because I think both ball carriers probably outrun that defender anyway.
You're probably accurate.
So the flag is at the 38, so that's going to push it back on the other side of the 50, I believe.
Manatee will put the ball in play 1st and
48.
10.
Or no, it'll be just across the 50 at the 48. Is it 10 yards or 15 for that?
I think that those are 15, aren't they?
Yeah, so that will be at the. No, it looks like he's only going 10. It marked it 10 yards back. So it'll be just across the 50. They will start in Southeast territory, but negates a touchdown. So both teams now have touchdowns called back on special teams. Now Manatee's going quads into the boundary, and Jaquan Williams up top by himself.
This is when Summer ran the ball the first time.
Yep, and he's got one-on-one coverage out there, though. And either throw the hitch out there to Williams, and he's going to take it straight ahead, run over somebody. Now he loses ground, but he still gets the first down, I think. An 11-yard gain. Broke a couple of tackles there. Actually came backwards a little bit at one point. And I think eventually you're going to see that turn into a hitch and go.
Oh, yeah.
And a deep ball there because they're starting to get closer and closer to it every time. And he's got no help over the top from a safety when they go quads. So I think you're eventually going to see that.
Yeah, that's the guy they want to get the ball to.
It might be on this play right here. They go quads again. And Jaquan Williams up top with no help. 25 is all by himself out there on an island on the left corner. So he's going to run it. Or he's going to run a deep ball there, and he didn't hitch. He just threw it, and it's incomplete way out in front. Oh, a flag comes in late. They're going to call interference on Southeast. Very questionable call on that ball, which there is no uncatchable rule in high school. So that means nothing unless he was holding his arm or something.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
As again, one of those passes that we talked about with Liam Fernandez earlier in the game. When you're going to throw that go ball like that, it's got to be a little more outside, either the sideline or the player, not anything inside. Yeah,
we have yet to see really a well-thrown deep ball like that. Even the one that Manatee completed was underthrown on the inside, and the receiver had to come back for it. So Manatee will have 1st and 10 now after the penalty at the 22, I'm sorry. And Summers got Smith in at running back now, and they give it to Smith. He sticks it in the middle, up the middle, makes two guys miss, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. So Keith Smith running north and south. Maybe he saw what Malik Bryant was doing, how well it was working, and decided to just hit that hole aggressively like he did there. And the offensive line does a good job, and Manatee jumps out to a 20-8 lead, about to make it 21-8 here on the extra point.
Yeah, Keith Smith had been carrying. He carried the ball 3 other times in the first half and had 0 positive yards, and now he picks that one up for 22 and it's touchdown.
And a touchdown, yes. And maybe after the extra point, maybe we can get another look at that. If the guys in the truck can rewind that play to the beginning, and we can get a good look at the blocking scheme. We got to roughen the kicker there on Southeast here.
Here comes the replay of the.
I think you're going to see the tight end will come around here and be the lead blocker on this. From the wing where he's lined up there. We let it run now. There he goes, and he gets the kick-out block on Myrion Lowe, number 7, and it's just a trap, basically. He runs inside of that and into the end zone for a touchdown. So that was a good look there. Thank you from the truck. We got to see the big tight end, Brennan Gunner, kicking out Myron Lowe, the offensive line, on that left side with Derek Morgan washing guys down, and that creates the hole, and Keith Smith goes through the hole, and we got a 20-8
And then
game.
when he made it through beyond the line of scrimmage, the free safety's got to make the play, and he whiffed on that particular play.
The kick was, I don't know what's going on here. The kick was missed. No, it was good, 21. I was going to say they'd be kicking it again if it was missed. And there was a penalty running into the kicker, so it's a 5-yard penalty, not the 15 variety, not roughing. So they move it up 5 yards, and now this may give Fessler the ability to kick the ball in the end zone from here, from being up 5 yards if he gets a hold of one. Although he is going into a wind right here, and he's flirting with kicking it to number 2. There's a good kick in the left corner, and it's going to be a touchback.
Yep.
Just inside the. Oh no! Throws the flag. That one looked like it went through the end zone to me.
Wow.
And I don't know what he was looking at there. That looked like it was 2 yards into the end zone, out of bounds on the side. The one earlier I thought was out of bounds. They called a touchback. So
right.
That'll be Southeast ball. Good field position then. But they're down 2 scores now. And our offense really hasn't done much except for the one long pass play to Fields.
Yeah, we haven't seen Fernandez keep the ball on the zone reads. The other part of the running game inside by LaDavian Johnson has been.
Now they're putting the ball at the 30. I thought it went to the 35, like the yard marker's at the 35. I don't know what's going on there. But because of the 5-yard penalty, it goes to the 30 because he was kicking from 5 yards closer. So.
First and 10 for Southeast. Liam Fernandez, it's quarterback.
And we'll see if Southeast can get something going here on offense.
LaDavian Johnson in the backfield with him. Jet sweep.
Gives to Johnson. He's hit right away in the backfield. Just a massive rush of defenders upfield there. That looked like 61 on the play there for Manatee. Trevor Weathersby.
He's been in on a number of plays today.
And Manatee's defensive line starting to really wear down the Southeast offensive front. And Southeast offensive front having a lot of trouble getting any movement now. Southeast will come out 2nd and 12. Go with a tight end now and one back. And I'm going to throw a quick hitch out. It's complete. I think it was number 1.
Nice throw there by Fernandez. Got his feet underneath him.
It's going to be short, just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Nice completion there by Fernandez to Reese Wilson,
who's also handling the punting and kicking duties tonight for Southeast. So we got 3rd and 1. This is a big 3rd and down right here. To try to get some momentum back, Southeast needs to try to get a little drive going with their offense.
They need to keep the ball in their hands for a little bit of time.
Yeah, use up some clock and show that they have the ability to move the ball to give them the confidence that they can come back and win this game. It's 3rd and 1. He's in the gun. He gives to Johnson. He's hitting the backfield. He's not going to make it. It's going to be 4th down. The whole defense pushed across the line there. Led by Ronan Dangler, number 8, running through from his linebacker position. We'll see him shoot through the gap right there. And
yeah, those runs last week were gaining yards against a smaller, lighter defensive front that Tampa Robinson and Bayshore played. So when you go against the front size against the defensive front that Manatee poses, they're a little bit different.
There's no punter back there. I don't know what's going on here. Southeast is in
now there's a penalty.
Well, Southeast is in a punt formation, but they don't have a punter.
No, they're probably they put T.J. Powell back there at running back. Yeah. This has been their short yardage situation.
A direct snap?
Yeah. But we got a flag down on, we'll see, it could be illegal substitutions or something for Manatee.
Yes, on Manatee. Too many people probably. Probably some confusion with the punt return team or defense being on the field, and Southeast gets a 1st down out of it. That's a good job.
That was a short yardage formation that Southeast employed last week on the goal line. They put T.J. Powell for the direct snaps, and he scored a couple touchdowns on that.
A little wildcat.
Yep.
Which I like when you have an athlete like that. Another way to get him the ball as much as possible.
Looks like Manatee's, well, they were looking like they were going to cheat the safety over to T.J. Powell's side, but now they're not.
And Dangler coming on the blitz, and he got Fernandez, and he goes down at the 30. They were trying to run a little hitch and go there, it looked like. Double move, but by the time he went to fire it up, Dangler was in his face, and there was nowhere to go. He's got to throw that ball away. Big loss there.
Yeah, I don't
11-yard loss.
I don't think Southeast has enough time to do double moves. They got to do what they did on that one pass to Fields, 3-step and just get rid of the ball.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They're not going to be able to hold the ball.
Yeah,
Manatee jumped. He's offsides, flag down. So they get 5 of it back.
That was a loss of 15 or 17 yards, wasn't it?
Well, he lost 11 on the play before, and he just got 5 back.
Right, but I mean, that's what I was saying. They lost 11. We haven't seen Fernandez pull the ball on those
No,
reads
he
yet,
hasn't
no.
run yet. I don't know. He doesn't even look like he's reading it on these gives.
You might
They
be
look
right.
like straight gives. I don't know that for a fact, but it doesn't look like there's a delay like there normally is. He rolls to his left, throws the out, hits number 4,
Cornelius Fields
Cornelius
again.
Fields, who had the touchdown catch. Nice completion. Right up to just short of midfield.
Sprinting to his left. It's the ball right to the target.
be third
T.J.
and
Powell
5.
cleared out the area.
Yeah, Powell was running a vertical there and cleared the corner out, and the slot ran the out there, and a little run and shoot concept there, running out, rolling out to the left, and
Probably a 4-down territory here, don't you think?
I would think it'd have to be at this stage down by 2 scores. Get 7 minutes left in the third quarter and not doing much on offense. 3rd and 5. They're coming. Here comes the blitz. Fernandez gets rid of it. Same play on the other side.
That one to
Powell.
Powell.
Who's on the inside that time. Number 1, Reese Wilson cleared out. He ran the out. Yeah, we actually talked about this play. Watch him at practice the other. Watch Manatee actually working on stopping that exact play.
Was he the number 3 guy?
I don't know if he was number 3 or 2.
No, it was the flood
yeah,
concept.
it's a flood concept, but there was a guy in the flats, a guy in the middle, and that would have been a 74 sail back at Manatee in early 2010s.
This is a good concept here by Southeast, moving the pocket, getting the quarterback away from the pressure.
Yeah, especially when the pressure's coming from the inside, from Dangler, where most of it has been. You have to roll
There
it
they
out.
go to Powell.
Powell with the catch, and he goes down for a 4-yard gain.
There he was number 3, third receiver in that set, and they just wanted to get him the ball quickly, and they did.
Yeah, when the pressure was coming from the outside, like Southeast had earlier, from 8 and 7, Myron Lowe, and Crawford, you can't really roll out. They'll make you pull up, but Manatee's pressure has been coming from Dangler up the middle on the blitz, so you can secure him inside and roll it out.
Powell just came off the field needing a break.
Yeah, he went down real quick on that catch,
Yeah,
like he
might
couldn't
cramp.
run. Yeah, he's getting stretched. That looks like a cramp. J.K., the trainer.
No way.
Oh,
Not good.
Dangler with a big hit in the backfield, another run through. And he's really starting to assert himself. He's taking over this game right now, Ronan Dangler.
Yes, he has. Water
And
break time.
He has the ability to do that. So, okay, we're going to take a water break here at the 6-minute mark. We're going to stay with you, though, and see if we can get some scores from other games. We're checking on Powell. He's still getting stretched over there. They need him back if they're going to come back in this game.
I'll give LaDavie and Johnson credit. He got up after being walloped by Dangler, even though it was a loss of about 4 yards on the play. Yeah, the running game for Southeast inside is like non-existent most of the game. And
Yeah.
the best thing they were doing was getting the quarterback outside on us, little sprint outs.
Yep, that getting rid of the ball quick on the 3 quick package or spurring them out. Scores around town: Parish Community High School 33, Bayshore 0, Palmetto 28, Newsom 13, Riverview Rams 28, Riverview Sharks 7, Berkeley Prep 10, Booker Tornadoes 8. The Booker team that played so tough against Manatee and Auburn High School in Alabama, trailing to Berkeley Prep, and we know from our time at Cardinal Mooney how difficult Berkeley Prep can be.
Yes, they are. They
Yeah.
are one of the best. They won the state championship.
Sarasota
Last
21, Braden River 7. Cardinal Mooney still 9-7 over Cherry Creek out of Colorado.
That game's being played in Orlando.
Yes, it is. So I don't know how accurate that is. Maybe there's a lightning delay or something. But that's what we're getting, the scores that we're getting there. And Fernandez is looking to throw. He's got him open. He's got Fields again. Another deep ball to Fields. He's down to the 2-yard line. First and goal at the 2.
You don't have a quarterback. You don't have a quarterback.
I think they wanted to go to the Wildcat package, but they don't have Powell available. I hear the coach is saying up here in the press box. That's that short yardage package you were talking about, with the direct snap. But
And the other boy that normally would be playing in that position is not here tonight due to an injury.
But they're doing it anyway.
I guess
They're
looks
doing
like
it with number 1, Reese Wilson. So they're going Manatee or Southeast goes double tight with Three backs, snap through Wilson. Good block.
Ran into
Gets about a yard.
number 23
Second
from
down.
Manatee came up there.
Yeah, nice play by 23 there. Jordan Sanders, one of the Sanders twins,
Yep.
safety.
Yeah, it looked like there was going to be a crease there, and he just didn't have enough
Yeah, I thought
power
it
to
was,
get
when the
through
ball
there.
was snapped, I thought it was a touchdown looking at the hole there. And it just closed quickly with Sanders' good aggressive defense. Now they're going to go the same formation to the other side.
This package is not very big for Southeast from what I saw last week. They just keep
It
running.
looks like they're going to run the same play to the left here, and they do. No, he's going to try to run right, and he's going to lose 5 yards. I don't think that was designed. He kind of just took off and went to the right and could not get to the outside.
Minus 3 yards on that play.
So you got a 3rd and goal from the 4.
Now they got to probably go back to their regular offensive formation without Powell on the field.
Yeah, they have not. I can't see if. Fernandez is back in, so they're going back to the regular
with the
offensive set.
On that particular formation, they bring in 3 defensive players, 2 defensive linemen, and 1 linebacker to help shore up the blocking.
Yeah.
Now they're going to have the ball on the right hash.
And they still do not have number 2. Here he comes now. Looks like he's getting ready to come back in, but he's not going to make it in time for 3rd down.
They're going to have to.
Are they going to call a timeout? Maybe he will make it in now. He's putting his gloves back on after getting stretched and hydrating and trying to deal with that cramp. So this is almost like a this is it type moment, wouldn't you think, Coach?
This is a big 2 down, a big situation that they got to get, to stay in scoring distance for the Seminoles. They have to be able to come through and pick up this touchdown late in the 3rd quarter like this.
Yeah, I think they have to score here. Obviously it's not over yet if they don't, but the chances of coming back with the way the offense has moved the ball, much less likely. So if they don't get this with trying to see the time there.
Again,
3:27 left in the 3rd quarter, so 15 minutes of football left. That's all we got left, and they're already down 2 scores, so they have to take advantage of this big play they had on the completion to Fields and punch it in on one of these next 2 plays. I don't see them kicking a field goal either.
No.
So it's obviously two offensive
downs.
plays.
The one tough part for them is they're on the right hash, and any kind of sprint out to the left is.
But he has done that.
He has done it.
Yeah, they've done it a couple of times.
Yes, they have, and I wouldn't be
Powell
surprised.
Powell's on the bottom down here on the left. If they're thinking maybe a fade to
and that's probably
tallish receiver.
Reese Wilson in the inside on the slot.
He goes inside on the release.
They're both covered.
And in the flat.
Oh, he had him.
He had him open. It was a little too far outside.
Yeah.
Once again, rolling to the left, like you mentioned. It's tough to get the shoulders turned. So it'll be 4th down.
Trey was like, I said, wait.
In the second half, Liam has completed 4 passes, and now he's had 2 incompletes, so he's got to come through with this on 4th down big time.
I'd like to see him try to throw a fade to Powell to number 2.
Now they got Reese on the wide.
He's on
got
the inside.
Tight
now.
end in there on this side, and Powell's in the middle, or number
both
2
of them.
receiver.
And Powell motions out.
He probably was in motion.
And throws it up in the corner. Touchdown. Nope. Got interference. Interference called. Powell was going for the ball. Looked like he was going to catch it. And he had the defensive back draped on his back. And they call interference on Manatee. I'm sure that is. And
See the replay and who the
I didn't
infraction
catch
was
who the defender was. I think it was 23, but I'm not sure.
Well, now with Powell back healthy, they're going to go back to that formation with him as the Wildcat running back, and they'll try and direct snap to him. Unlike the NFL,
So 1st and goal at the 2.
unlike the NFL, you don't get 1st and 10 or 1st and goal.
Oh, you don't get 1st down. I thought it was automatic. 4th down at the 2, and they're going to run it with Powell. He's a bigger back, and he sticks it in there. Touchdown. We got touchdown. It's already been called. Touchdown called on this side. It's already in. It's touchdown for Southeast. It was called by the ref on this sideline here.
The the guy on the other side was coming in.
To spot it, but the ref on the side where the play was run did rule touchdown right away.
So a touchdown.
I thought he was in. Here it is here. You can see a little bit of a push there in the middle. Powell sticks it in. Right there he's in with the ball. His feet weren't in, but the ball was in.
Yeah.
And then he's pulled back out, and the ball's pulled out. But that was long after the ref, who's not in the picture here, coming in on this side here, is signaling touchdown. So
that's the formation that they had success with, TJ running the ball out of that formation.
now they go for 2 again, and Hernandez rolls out, throws the out, knocked away. Good play by number 6, I believe.
Bryce Cooper.
Bryce Cooper. That was a good play.
Sophomore defensive back, made a real nice play.
Yeah, that was covered pretty well.
So we're a 1-touchdown ball game at the time with 3 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, cut it down to 1 score. That's what you want. That's what they hope for.
Now
15 minutes of football left.
Now if you're a Southeast fan, you're hoping that momentum has jumped over to your side and that you can do something that you did in the first quarter that you haven't been able to do in the second, and that's play tough, aggressive Southeast defense against the Manatee offensive setup.
Well, Southeast has not had much success kicking off today. With 1 out of bounds and 1 attempt on a onside kick that they did not get. So the starting position after kicks for Manatee has averaged the 45-yard line. So they got to hope for something better than that here.
Yeah, you don't want Manatee to have a short field, but what Southeast has been doing, they've been doing their squib kicks or onside kicks, and I'm sure that's their coaching staff has that is the best possible scenario for them. Reese Wilson teeing the ball up for the Seminoles.
And Wilson to the ball, kicks a line drive, squib down the middle of the field, gets a big hop. Oh, gets between the defenders, is picked up by number 4, Zaire Green.
If he breaks through those guys, he's going to be gone.
And he gets tripped up and kind of stumbles to the 33. Nice return after the ball slipped through by Zaire Green. It went between him and Wortham. It's like they couldn't decide who was going to get it.
There were like
we got a flag. It's going to come back, though. We got a penalty on block.
Five Southeast kids. Oh, yeah. There was number 25 blocked in the back.
25, Dominic Wortham, the other deep return man, gets a block in the back there at the 15. So that's going to put the ball at the 7.5-yard line for Manatee, deep in their own territory. Now Southeast defense is thinking 3 and out here and get the ball back in good field position.
If they can, Southeast needs to play defense in this remainder of this quarter and the fourth quarter the way they did in that first quarter. If they want to get back in the ball game on a
they played good defense the first quarter. Second quarter they started to get figured out a little bit by Manatee.
And you give Manatee credit for 2 things. Number 1, they changed some personnel in there, and they gave some other kids the ball, and their big linemen started taking over in that part of the game.
And play calling, running the ball inside a little bit more, I think, too, as well. So Manatee 1st and 10, and they fake inside RPO, and it's deflected. Summer pulls it out and tries to throw the slant to 11. Dante Price and defensive lineman got a hand on the ball and deflected it away. So now you get a 2nd and 10 from your 7. I'm kind of surprised at that call of the effectiveness that Manatee has had in the second quarter running the ball, that they didn't just come out and run the ball right there.
Well, I'd expect a run right here to see if they can't get better field position.
So Mason Summer at quarterback, and they do give it this time up the middle.
There it is, and
there's the run. He breaks it outside. He's got a 1st down, and he's taken out of bounds after about a 15-yard gain, 16-yard gain. I think that was Smith, number 2, or is that 3? We're trying to get to that. That's number 3. Caden White. So they rotate those running backs. There's not much difference between the 2 and the 3. They're all about the same size as well.
Yes, they are.
Kind of hard to get it figured out. So Mason Summer going the distance here at quarterback. We might have seen the beginning of a new era here at Manatee High with the Mason Summer era with him at quarterback.
Caden White again in the backfield with Mason.
I would keep running inside if I was Manatee. They're going to throw. Summer rolls out. He's in trouble. Pulls it down, lowers his head, and gets about 2 yards, 3 yards. Somebody's down over there. He's getting up. There's a Southeast player down for a second. Sedarius Crawford, but he's up. Gets flushed out of the pocket to his left, outruns Crawford there and lowers his shoulder and gets about a 2-yard gain.
Nice tackle there by the Seminoles.
I think it was number 20, I believe, for Southeast on that tackle. It looked like Darius Peterson.
2nd and 8.
There they go with the quads again to the right. One receiver to the left. Jaquan Williams, they're going to throw the hitch out there. They've done it over and over again. This time he makes a guy miss.
2 guys.
2 guys, 3 guys. He's still going, and he gets out to the 46-yard line. Big gain. And that's just getting the ball to your playmakers.
Yep.
And good play design to get him isolated on one side away from the quads.
And he picked up 20 yards in a hurry.
Yep, and just flipping the field in one play. He's a deceptively hard to bring down for a receiver. He runs more like a tailback sometimes when he gets the ball in his hands. He's
6 foot, 195-pound receiver, so
Yeah.
he's got some good size to him. He's only a junior.
He's hard to get down. He's maybe breaking tackles and dragging guys forward a lot, much like number 2 for Southeast. There goes Caden White, runs up the middle.
Tackle made there by Toledo.
Toledo makes a stop after a 3-yard gain, maybe 4. Now 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. Manatee's offense starting to look a little better now since they made those changes. We got a timeout. I don't know what's going on. The referee, I think, is trying to adjust the clock or something.
I think they're trying to take a player off the field.
Oh.
Southeast
Oh, his
had a
knees are
player.
not covered. 25
I
for
think.
Southeast. That's one of the points of emphasis this year. One of the refs told me, which I don't understand, but they got to have their knee pads down over their knees. But nobody does it in college or the NFL, so these kids don't want to do it.
2 by 2 this time for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, with the big tight end, Gunner split out wide. And play action down the middle to Quan Williams, incomplete, almost intercepted. Ball was behind him. Good defense there by number 9 for Southeast, Kevin Durelian. Almost intercepted it on the breakup.
Boy, he had it in his hands.
Caleb
Pass.
Crawford getting in the throwing lane there, too. His linebacker got a good drop, kind of got in there, distracted.
Pass intended there for Williams, who's had a big night catching the football for the Hurricanes.
So you got 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8. And one score game. I know this would be interesting if it goes to 4th down, whether Coach Green would go for it here on 4th down. But
Little bunch receipt
bunch to the
formation
right,
out here.
and they're going to throw.
Got 80
Summer
out
throws
in
in the flats,
little
low,
flat, yeah.
under through him. Gunner can't make the catch. It's incomplete. It's 4th down. We got the punting team coming on. No hesitation.
Did not get his
Manatee.
feet set that time like he had on the other ones. He was trying to get that ball out there in a hurry and just didn't have quite enough arm strength throwing the ball out there.
Yeah, I saw Derek Morgan a little slow going off the field there with that ankle injury that he had earlier. Looked like it was bothering him. There's a snap, and Urice, the punter, gets away. Good one. It bounces, and it's going to roll, and Manatee's going to down it inside the 15 around the 11-yard line. 25 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that's one thing where TJ Powell's got to work on is trying to field those kicks. I know, but as you watch things, if you don't have the most successful punter yourself in practice, it's hard to demonstrate catching high kicks.
That's what they made the jugs machine for, though.
And that takes money.
I'm sure Coach Matt Kitchie, the athletic director at Southeast, can find a jugs machine on sale on eBay somewhere for the Southeast program.
We'll put that in his.
Make a note of that, Kitchie. So Southeast coming out here. This is a big possession here at the end of the 3rd, beginning of the 4th quarter, essentially.
They got Powell
Deep in our own
tight
territory.
again. Now they bring motion.
Jet sweep. I think, was that Williams?
Yeah, that was Fields again.
Fields, okay. Nice gain, get about 4 yards.
He's been a nice runner for them in these first 2 weeks.
Yeah,
of
he's been
action.
dangerous with the ball in his hands.
Yes.
That's going to bring us down to the end of the quarter.
Picked up 4 yards.
So the third quarter comes to an end. Manatee 21, Southeast 14. We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back after this.
I touched it. I touched the ball before it went out, Coach.
Come on, Alex. The ref did not call that.
You gotta be kidding me, Alex.
It's the championship game. Talk to him, Coach.
I touched it. It's their ball.
Don't foul them when they inbound. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nice going, Alex. Sorry, Coach.
Alex. Good call.
Sportsmanship. Pass it on.
Brett.
And we're back to Joe Kinnan Field at Hawkins Stadium. We got a great game going on here. Manatee 21, Southeast 14. Southeast ball, 2nd and 7 at their own 15-yard line as we start the fourth quarter of play. Southeast sends a receiver in motion across the formation. Snap, and we got a false start. There must have been movement inside somewhere there. Flags came from all over.
Now you're going to be behind the sticks with an illegal procedure penalty. That'll put you at 2nd and 9.
Got the scores around the town here. Parish Community 33, Bayshore 0. Palmetto 35, Newsom 13. Berkeley Prep still up 10-8 over Brooker. Sarasota up 21-7 over Braden River. So that's some of the scores there that we're getting in up here in the press box at Hawkins Stadium, which always, as always, one of the best experiences for a press box you could ever have. Great food, shakes from the Shake Pit from Miss Debbie Crow. Every time you come to Manatee, the hospitality is amazing. Fernandez, a quick screen, looked like Powell, I think. But see, it was well defended. Threw it right into the boundaries, not a lot of room there, and there was nowhere to go as the pursuit came from inside out and just smothered that play for a loss.
Yeah, throwing it into the boundary on that particular play, that just gives the that's okay in the NFL and it's okay in college because your hash marks are more
closer,
narrow.
yeah.
But in this case, there's not a lot of people can get to the ball when it's thrown into the boundary in a hurry.
It's funny you mention that because I'd say 99% of football fans don't realize what a big difference it is.
Tremendous.
With the hash marks is in everything, the way you practice, the way you call plays, everything you do is affected by the wide hash marks in high school. There goes speed option, and the pitch is on the ground, and that might looks like Southeast got it.
Running back jumped on the ball. 15.
It was a bad
Johnson.
pitch. I don't know if it was hit by a defender or it just slipped, but the ball was low. The pitch was low. No, it was just a low pitch, bad pitch, kind of stuck on his hand. And Johnson was lucky to get on top of it. Manatee almost recovered that ball at the 5-yard line. So we had mentioned speed option earlier, but it was not the answer there, obviously. And now Southeast will kick out of their end zone.
Reese Wilson back there to do it again.
Manatee puts 2 men back to receive the kick here.
I think it's Williams and Smith.
Yep, and there's a line drive. It's going to go end over end. Bounces off the chest of Smith, but he picks it up. He's going to try to get to the outside. He comes back to the left, makes a man miss. We got a flag down. He takes it back to the 18. There was a penalty for that, so that's some sort of blocking infraction on Manatee, I believe. So that's going to go back to the and I cannot see who the penalty was on.
The white hat will be giving us a signal in a minute. He's the man that threw the flag.
I'm sure it's a block in the back, I would guess. Really using the hands of some kind, 10-yard penalty.
It's going to give Manatee, though, great field position at the 29-yard line of the Southeast Seminoles.
Yep, 29-yard line. Manatee's got 10 minutes and 14 seconds left here in the game with a one-score lead.
Mason
they love
Summer
to be
again
able
at
to-
quarterback. Now he's got
Malik Bryant back in
there.
the backfield, which means they're going to run it right up the middle. At least that's what it meant earlier. Nope, they're going to throw. Summers looking to throw. It was out. He's got a man open. He slips. I think it was Williams, Jaquan Williams, I believe. Wide open out there. And looked like he tried to adjust. The ball was a little behind him, and he just slipped and fell down. He wants that one back, I'm sure. Kind of surprised they threw on first down there. I thought they would come out and just pound it with Malik Bryant in there. And
right, with the start of the fourth quarter here,
run
10
the clock,
minutes
yeah.
to go, and get yourself another score here. But they also know that they've been able to move the ball on the ground, that they can come back here and
do it on second down.
Yes.
And they did get the open receiver. They just didn't execute it. But
sometimes coaches like to take that shot when they get it in their own, in the opponent's territory.
They're going to throw again. This time it's a screen to Williams, and he's taken down a great play by number 20. Is that 20 or 28? I can't see his number there. 28, number 28. What a great play there. Ryan Bundridge.
Yep.
Ryan Bundridge. Been a lot of Bundridges play at these schools over the last 30 or 40 years.
Ryan's a sophomore who I don't think had been starting most of the season yet. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he was a starter.
So there's Manatee goes backwards there 4 yards. So now it's 3rd and 14. Starting off with great field position. And
2 passes in a row.
They're just sputtering here. And now 3rd and 14. And I'd run it again because you're going to go 4 downs anyway. But they're going to throw it. He's under pressure, and he gets out. He rolls out, and he's wrapped up, and he's taken down. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. So there's no sack. It's about a 1-yard gain. So it's going to be 4th and 14.
South defense is getting back a little bit of that swagger there that they had early in the game. That's Toledo.
Anytime Manatee's not running the ball right at them, they've been very effective. They've had that swagger, whether it's passing or screens or outside runs.
Manatee's going to go for it, I think.
The north and south is where Manatee's giving them trouble. Now on 4th and 14, you have to throw. So if Manatee turns it over right here without getting any points.
2 tight ends? No.
I think
tight end down here, extra blocker, but he's going up the seam. He went right to that tight end. Oh, that's an incomplete pass.
Nobody there. Looked like some confusion. And Manatee just gives the ball right back after losing 5 yards. Big win for the Southeast defense. They got to be pumped up there. And I think Coach Green's got to be, second-guessing himself there on coming out and throwing 4 downs in a row to get no yardage and take only a minute and a half off the clock when you have a lead.
With 8:29 left, Southeast gets the ball on their own 33-yard line. Powell's in the inside receiver where they could throw him a quick pass here.
They rolling right and go to the flat. Oh, picked off. Nice play by 22. He might take it back all the way. He's knocked out of bounds at the 5. What a play. It was an out route, and Jordan Lowry just undercut it and picked it off. Nice hands on the interception. Played that perfectly. There you go. We missed the beginning of it.
That's the big turnover that you wanted to avoid. And
yep.
Unfortunately.
Especially right after that big stop by the Southeast defense, and they had momentum, and they came out and threw on first down, and both teams
did just what Manatee did.
Yeah.
But this one was
even more deadly.
A lot worse.
Well, we'll see if this defense can dig deep down one more time and stop Manatee again.
Southeast defensive players weren't even able to get a water break.
They didn't even sit down. They weren't even over to the bench yet. And we got guys getting stretched over here, and the heat, the fatigue is starting to take effect now in the fourth quarter, as it usually does in Florida high school football, especially early in the season with the humidity.
Is that Caden White in there now? Yes.
That's Caden White, and Manatee's missing a player, and they're going to call time.
Yeah, Southeast was trying to throw the out route there, and
yeah, here it is right here, and you can see 22 come and undercut it. Yeah, he was well off, but the ball was thrown behind him.
That was a good play.
Yeah, it was a really good play. Ball was a little behind him. He got to throw a little earlier and out in front.
He's got to get his shoulders turned a little more towards the line of scrimmage on that play.
But a really good play by 22, Lowry.
He came from nowhere.
Yeah.
Which is what, he baited Southeast into the play.
Yeah.
He thought they might be throwing an out route.
And, we saw him at practice working on stopping that play, the flood concept.
Yep.
And then they go to it a lot. Southeast is a big part of their offense. And, they were expecting it and worked on it. And that time the defense executed better than the offense. So Manatee's got 11 this time. They're going to go with 11.
It's always a good concept.
Yep.
End zone shot from the 7-yard line.
Caden White to the left of Mason Summer. And they're going to give it to him. No, he pulls it down, throws a slant as touchdown. Number 11. I thought he had dropped it. Looks like he hung on. Dante Prince on an RPO. Mason Summer put the ball in the stomach of Caden White and then pulled it out and hit the slant there. Here it is. You can see him. He's looking at the linebacker. He pulls it out, throws the slant down low. Dante Price catches it. Touchdown, Manatee, and that might be the one that ices it, Coach.
That'll make it a little more difficult for Southeast now to come back.
Anything can happen with one score, but as difficult as it has been for Southeast to move the ball at all, 2 scores seems insurmountable. But you never know. The Manatee gets their 11th guy on for their extra point here. Cade Fessler kicks. It's good. Does a good job on the extra points and field goals, the kicker.
Yeah, Manatee is very much into throwing the football here with Mason Summer. They threw it 4 times in a row and were unsuccessful the last drive, and they got it down here on the 7-yard line and said, we're going to beat you by throwing it again. And
that was an actual. I think that was a full RPO. I think he had it. He was reading that. I think he could have given that to Caden White on that, but saw that the linebackers were attacking the run and pulled it out and hit the slant right behind them. That'd be my guess anyway. I don't know. We weren't in the huddle. Can't say for sure.
Well, one thing that has happened tonight is Manatee has no longer shut out on the 2025 football season.
That's right.
And Southeast has broken the scoring drought that has existed for the last 3 years against Manatee.
Yes.
Fessler kicking off for the Hurricanes.
He's had some good kicks.
Powell's not in there right now for Southeast. That's going to make it into the end zone.
That's going to be in, yep. Touchback. Downwind, or the wind's pretty much has died now, but earlier that direction was downwind. But that was a good kick there. Gets into the end zone for a touchback. And we got 8 minutes and 13 seconds left. When you start looking at that, you're maybe 2 possessions, so you got to score both possessions. So
correct.
You're down by 2 scores. There's no margin for error now.
And I don't know if I see Powell in the game for Southeast at this time.
I do not see him. They only have 10 guys. That might be why.
So they would need an 11th.
Yeah, they might be waiting for him. I don't know where he is, but they're going to go with 10. They have no tight end in there.
Duke's right.
They're going to run it with 10. That's not a good idea.
We don't have a tight end.
They ran a little quarterback kind of counter, and Carter Robinson, nice play, came around the block and made the tackle, number 54. You watch 54 right here. Yeah. Closes in, wraps up Fernandez, and
you never know what that is.
Now, there might have been a guy blocking him if they had a tight end in there. They had the 11th guy. But they decided to run it with 10.
Didn't get the call in.
I heard their coaches down next to us here yelling they need a tight end, but
now
they never got that information out to the field. And Dangler's coming. And somebody on Southeast flinched when Dangler started to walk. And he's been a terror on those
He has been.
A-gap blitzes tonight.
Right, he has been. There's no doubt about it. He gets there in a hurry, and when he arrives on the scene, it's not a good experience.
Yeah. He's a good player. Transfer from Braden River last year, and this year his linebacker partner, Storm Hentz, transferred over. Number 8 and number 5 both playing inside there.
I don't see Powell down there on the sideline. Oh, there he is way down there, and he's cramping probably. So
Fernandez is back to throw. He throws into traffic. Oh, man, he got it through there somehow. And if number 20 can hold on to it for Southeast, that might have been 6, Darius Peterson, because the 2 DBs went for the ball. The ball got through and got to him, and it looked like it popped off his shoulder pads.
that's a sophomore wide receiver that almost caught that one.
And now Fields is cramping up over here.
So now we got number 8 going back in the ball game, a defensive lineman. He's going to go probably play the tight end position for the Seminoles. Powell's back in. But we got 3rd and 13, 3rd and 14.
Yeah, the cramps are starting to take over here on the Southeast side. That's such a helpless feeling, anybody who's ever had a cramp.
Thank
There's
you.
really nothing you can do about it.
Thank you. Powell in motion to the outside receiver.
Fernandez rolls left, and he's going deep. That's covered and going to be picked off. And it's going to be run back. I believe that's one of the Sanders. Down the sideline, he's going to score.
Speed.
Touchdown, Manatee.
Yep.
And that was an ill-advised throw.
Yeah, you're down 14 and you're trying to make the big play.
Trying to make something happen, yeah.
Just threw one up with the hope that your guy makes the play, and unfortunately, in this case, Sanders went out and made the play.
I wish I could tell you which one it was. I cannot see the numbers from this side. Maybe we'll see it on the instant replay here. See, Fernandez is flushed out of the pocket really by nothing, but throws up deep ball, was well covered. He was still over the top of him. There he is making the interception. I'm trying to get that number.
He's going to return it 50 yards for a score.
Yeah, and I didn't get the number. Still don't have it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wish we could. I believe it's one of the Sanders. Could be Jordan Lowry again, number 22, but because it was a 20 number.
That was a nice play. He was just baiting for that throw. You know, you're as DB and you can stay as deep as the deepest receiver, and if the ball is thrown short.
So it's Manatee 35, Southeast 14, 7 minutes left. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this break. Well, we're back here at Joe Canan Field at Hawkins Stadium. Manatee will be kicking off. They're up 35-14, 7 minutes left. They just added another touchdown on a Jared Sanders interception and 50-yard return up the sideline. And here's the deep kick to number 15, Johnson, for Southeast. He's got a little seam, hits it up in there and gets across the 20, and he's going to be stopped around the 23-yard line. So Southeast, 6 minutes, 55 seconds, down by 3 scores. Actually, it might be more than 3 scores if you don't get extra points. So
Right.
They did get the 1 2-point conversion tonight, though, so they're 1 for 2.
You want Duke in there, you want even in there?
Now with the cramp situation taking over and having an effect on the wide receivers that are in the game, it's a little more difficult experience for the Southeast offense. Reese Wilson's still in there. Johnson's still in. Fernandez is in. I don't think Fields is in.
Yeah, Fields was out getting stretched. I don't know where he is now, but that's been their offense 2 and 4, and they're going to run the ball on first down.
Johnson carries it, and Dangler is in there.
No gain.
He's been physical presence
Yes,
throughout
he
the
has.
game as he runs through.
There he is right there. You can see him coming downhill right away, unblocked.
The pulling guard went to kick out, and he really needed to turn up on that play.
Yeah, yep. He was unaccounted for, it looked like, and when you give him a free run through, he's not going to miss many tackles. He's going to make the play. That's good linebacker play, though, coming downhill.
Oh.
You can't get high school kids to do that sometimes, to play downhill the way he does. There's a hitch outside. Number 20, nice catch, makes a guy miss. He picks up some extra yardage.
Darius Peterson, a sophomore wide receiver.
Darius Peterson.
Playing in place of Powell. Southeast is occupying the defensive line for the Hurricanes by putting in 2 tight ends and blocking with more protection, or trying to throw the ball with more protection from your tight ends.
It's a good throw that time by Fernandez on the little stop route or hitch, and good run by Peterson after the catch. And they get a first down. They're out over the 41. We have our little 6-minute water break here, which I'm sure is welcomed by Southeast as they have guys cramping up. We're not on the Manatee sideline. They may be cramping too, but we can't see that. We're over here on the visitor side at Hawkins Stadium where the press box is. And it's 35-14. We're going to check some scores around the area if we can get them here. Braden Rivers down 21-7 to Sarasota. Palmetto's 35-20 in the fourth quarter over Newsom. Berkeley Prep will still have a halftime score, 10-8. Parish Community final 40-0 over Bayshore.
Next week, Manatee will travel to Georgia to play Lowndes again.
Another tough game.
Yep.
Oh, no gain. He tried to make a cut there on the inside zone and slipped down, and Dangler was right there.
He's been around the ball the second half, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Yeah. When you have those big bodies that are controlling the Southeast offensive lineman, nobody can get up to that second level.
He's got to be in double digits in tackles, I would guess.
I would think so. Next week, Southeast has a week off to reevaluate and get some kids healed up and get healthy from these cramp situations and get back into the fray 2 weeks from tonight.
So an early open week for Southeast.
Yes, probably a good
2.
idea.
Week 3, I mean. Week 3, they're going to pull it. Fernandez pulls it, takes it outside. He slides down after about a 4-yard gain. Third and 10 at the 41. Southeast running out of time here, down to 4 minutes and 45 seconds, and really don't seem to be hurrying too much to get plays off. But like we said, they have guys, subs are in now, guys are out with cramps, and then there's a big pile there in the middle. 73-52 for Manatee.
Running a little counter play there.
Stuffing it. And, of course, number 8 coming up off the bottom of the pile, Ronan Dangler. Also Eddie Clark Jr. and involved in that. Davion Bryant involved in there, too, as defensive lineman, and Ronan Dangler. And Southeast got the punt team on the field on 4th and 10. So Manatee will just run a couple of plays, run the clock out here.
Southeast next game is 2 weeks from tonight against Lakewood Ranch.
Ooh.
They'll be at the ranch.
Line drive kick taken by Smith, fumbles it, picks it up.
Not enough people around
Got
him.
a block, and 28 is there to make the play for Southeast. That's a good play by him.
Ryan Bundridge again.
Bundridge coming down to Gunner, getting off of a block and making a play.
He's a 10th grader making plays.
So it's a 45-yard line for Manatee. Now, do you think they'll run the ball?
I would think Southeast has had some nice plays tonight by two sophomores, Ryan Bundridge and Darius Peterson.
Yep.
You know, showing a little bit of depth when needed by the number of guys that have been out with injuries and cramps.
Logan Rogers comes back in at quarterback for Manatee, a senior. And I would think they would just run the ball at this point, but nope, they're going to throw. I guess I don't. Nice throw to the outside, deflected away. Good play underneath by 28. Bundridge getting into the flats, gets his hands up, tips the ball away. That, I have no idea why in the world you would throw passes with 3 minutes left and you're up by 3 scores. Now the clock stops. To me, it just opens up the opportunity for injury, turnover. I don't understand it. But 2nd and 10.
They may want to give him more of a chance to prove that he can come back, but
well, I have a feeling that decision's already been made.
I'm in your corner on this one.
Yeah. And there's the give up the middle to Caden White. Nice run, bounces out to the right.
It was all closed up in there at first by the good defensive plays by Toledo. And unfortunately, Caden White made a nice cutback.
Right there, coming off
Toledo
the ball for number 6. He breaks the tackle, cuts it back. He ends up with an 18-yard gain and gets underneath that block there and gets an extra couple more yards. So it ends up first down and an 18-yard gain. I'm seeing some guys in the game now that Sean Wilson was in a little earlier, but don't play the guys who don't play every down. Rogers at quarterback. Southeast jumped off sides.
That Dawes,
I believe.
Yeah,
it's Dawes. Unless the tackle moved. He tried to point at the tackle, but nobody was buying it.
No, I don't think so. He's played such a good game early in the game, and then all of a sudden the
whole Southeast defense I thought played well.
Yeah, early.
Yeah. They just got worn down by a bigger team, which is, we talked about that. That's what we kind of expected could happen if Manatee did run the ball. But yet, when they come back out and throw again.
Look at Dawes. He's all the way out here making that tackle.
From the top, from the defensive end on the top, yeah. Yeah, you can see him coming. Here he comes right there.
What? He's not quitting. He just came all the way from the defensive end.
Top.
Left defensive end to make a tackle outside the right hash mark.
Yep, that's great effort.
That's great pursuit.
He's got what they call a motor.
Yes, he does.
And you can't teach that, so that's something. Right now, Rogers going to throw again, throwing a hitch, then the dirt, low. I don't know. I mean, if someone steps in front of that and takes it back and you get a pick six, it's 35-21. But I guess some people have a different philosophy. We're old souls, Coach. We're dinosaurs.
Just try to win the game and get out and go home.
No, it's a new era. That doesn't work anymore, apparently. But 2nd and 10.
Now they're in the pistol. Is that the first time we've seen them
with Bryant, and they give the ball to Bryant, and he's hitting the backfield.
What a play! Now they're back to doing what they did early.
Cedarius Crawford getting way upfield, blowing that play up.
Wow, what a game he has had.
You see him come here. Wow, he came from the backside too, blowing that up.
It's a good job by Bryant, almost, and Dawes on the play again. I mean, these two, Southeast defense, I know there's 35 points on the board, but one on a punt return, one on an interception, and they can get after the football now. 3rd and 13.
Rogers is going to throw, spins back, gets hit, throws it away, knocked away by number 10 for Southeast. A really good play. Darren Duvall, nice play. Broke on that ball. As the ball was going into the receiver's hands, came in and swatted away.
That was a long pass to be thrown all the way out to the side after you've been dropping and scrambling. That was a nice play by Duvall.
With a guy in your face. Do we have the score right? or is it switched? Is that right? Manatee's up 35-21, right? 35-14?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, that seems like...
Seems like the other way around, the way these plays are going here.
Maybe there's a point to be proven.
Could be. It is a rivalry.
What was the penalty?
I didn't see it. 4th down.
White hat just picked it up. 4th down.
No penalty, maybe. Yeah, receivers moving around here.
Looking for number
He's
80 up the middle.
Again. Throws, hits number 14 there, Wilson, and he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown. Manatee, Sean Wilson from Logan Rogers. And with 1:09 left, Manatee goes up 41-14. The onside kick coming.
I don't think so. I don't think Coach Bradley's real pleased.
I thought, well, that's right. That
Yeah.
Manatee's winning. I'm sorry. I was thinking they were down.
The extra point is good.
Manatee 42, Southeast 14. We got 1 minute and 9 seconds left. Manatee will be kicking off, we think. Unless they try an onside kick.
No, they wouldn't do that.
I don't know. I would believe anything at this point. But
well, you know, it is early in the season. They do have to play Valdosta Lowndes, or Lowndes County out of Valdosta. And they probably want to get as many people touches, as many people confident. And, you know, on your scoring record, 42 points in 2 games is 21, average of 21 points a game. So
that's true. There probably was a little bit of pent-up anger after going 2 games without scoring. So they were going to get whatever they could tonight. Here's the kick. Oh, number 15, Johnson, ripped down. I don't know if it was a face mask or a horse collar, but it was number 25 for Manatee, Dominic Wortham. That's his second penalty tonight. He had one on a block earlier.
Yes.
And this time on the tackle. The tackle on LaDavian Johnson as he rips him down.
So we got 1:05 left.
1:05 left. Southeast going back out on offense. Down 42-14.
It seems like it had been a better game for a while.
Yeah, it was a good game for a half, and then things just kind of slipped away from Southeast, and Manatee started taking charge, and Ronan Dangler took over on defense.
Yes, I think that's definitely a point that, you know, when Southeast was trying to go up the middle, that wasn't any good, and
they couldn't do it.
No,
and Ronan Dangler was everywhere, and the rest of the defense as well. Like I said,
and then that forced Southeast into throwing the ball, and
there he is again, Dangler. What a play! If you watch that one, I mean, he's just coming downhill, and he sifts through the line, makes the tackle in the backfield. Here he is. Watch him right here. He's coming downhill right away, comes off 84, sifts through, finds the ball, and makes the tackle for no gain. Just tremendous linebacker play. So state qualifier in weightlifting.
Oh, is that right?
Coaches love him. Every coach I know that's worked with him at Braden River and at Manatee love the kid. He had a couple older brothers that played for Coach Bradley at. Oh, here he comes again. Oh, he missed him that time. His older brothers played for Coach Bradley at Braden River. And 15, Johnson is down. He's had a long night. He's been getting hit a lot.
Fortunately, he's getting up.
Yep. It's like 58 and 54 there for Manatee. Carter Robinson and Lopeti Tuaone.
Dangler and Kurt Bradley, former coach and player, shaking hands after the game.
Yep, and that'll do it. Manatee wins. The final score here at Hawkins Stadium, Joe Kinnan Field, is Manatee 42, Southeast 14. Manatee goes to 1-1, Southeast to 1-1. Like you said, Manatee heads off to Lowndes next week to play in Valdosta, and Southeast will try to recover from this loss and get ready for another crosstown rival against Lakewood Ranch.
Right, in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. And we'll be back in 2 weeks as well. We'll be off next week. And once again, from Manatee High, it's 42-14. I'm Chris Conboy for Paul Meckley. Good night.
To bring up second down. To bring up second